Hello there, good evening. No, this isn't the one show, it is the show, the only show in town, as Wales women aim to take a step closer to their first ever major tournament. But if they are to book their place in next month's playoff final, well boy, do they need to show some fight, some grit, sheer determination. Because after the first act on Friday night, it's Slovakia very much in that driving seat.
Wales have come so close to reaching tournaments before. Will this evening be the start of something special? Sadowska, it's in! Dangerous stuff for Wales. Bartovikova! Oh, it's a beauty! And it's 2-0. Changes for Wales. The SOS call being answered by Jess Fishlock. This could be crucial. Morgan! Wales are still in this tie!
So Wales have it all to do. They are 2-1 down. Away goals don't count tonight, so extra time and, yes, penalties, a possibility. But Rhian Wilkinson is hoping that this starting 11 can get the job done. And Hannah James captains a side with 4 changes from Friday, 1 positional, 2 goal scorer. Fionn Morgan comes in up front, and as expected, the evergreen Jess Fishlock starts. A huge 90 minutes ahead then, winner takes all, a playoff final at stake. Wales against Slovakia, live from the Cardiff City Stadium. Kick-off in just over 10 minutes' time. And we can't wait. This is the team keeping you company this evening. Former Wales internationals, Katie Sherwood, Nia Jones, the OGs back with us, good to see. And also, after a stellar debut on Friday night, I have to say, current Wales international Elise Hughes keeping her place in our starting lineup. What a team. Right there, girls, we've had a few days, haven't we, to look at what happened on Friday night, the post-mortem it's been. Do we know what went wrong, and can we fix it ahead of tonight, Katie?
Yeah, it was a tough watch on Friday, wasn't it? It was a below-par performance of what we've come to expect in such a high-stake game. I think collectively, we didn't have that quality in possession. Build-up play was too slow, we weren't dynamic enough, we looked disjointed within our unit, but Fionn Morgan, 89th minute, gave us a lifeline. So it's half-time in this game. What I'd like to see, I'd like us to move the ball with more speed. I'd like us to utilise wide areas, create those overloads. That's going to create those opportunities. And then when we create those opportunities, we have to be clinical.
And Fionn Morgan is rewarded with a place in that starting 11 this evening. Also starting, Jess Fishlock. She had to, didn't she, Nia?
Yeah, absolutely. It was always going to be about how she responded physically to that half an hour or so she had on Friday. Clearly that was good. And her link-up play with Fionn Morgan for the goal was exactly the impact that Rhian Wilkinson would have wanted to see. I think the positions that Jess picks up, the court, the pitch presence that she has, excuse me, I'm used to netball, I need to get back in the football right. But just the presence on the pitch that she has is unmatched, and I think the balance with the team that Alice Griffiths brings in that midfield position, that Rhiannon Roberts comes into the back line, she's a weapon in the air, and that'll be of use to Wales in both boxes today, I'm sure.
I don't know if you can see, but Elise is just looking over her shoulder. She'd rather be part of this Wales warm-up. I don't blame you, but you are our eyes and ears in that Wales camp. You had Sunday lunch with them over the weekend. So how are they feeling ahead of this one? Have they got that fire in their bellies?
Yeah, of course they have. They're obviously disappointed with the performance and the result on Friday, but they're more than ready to put things right tonight. They're highly confident individuals and more than motivated than ever.
And the red wall, it is here, 10,500 bricks. If you can't motivate yourself in front of this home crowd, when can you?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's the biggest honour put on the red shirt and come out here and, you know, perform for Wales. They're more than ready to do that, and, you know, to do it in front of 10,500, you've got to be motivated, and they are ready.
That's what we wanted to hear. They are ready. Good news. Right then, let's hear then, shall we, from the Wales manager, Rhian Wilkinson, who's been talking to our reporter, Alex Richards.
Rhian, it's a huge occasion tonight, a must-win game. How are the emotions?
They're good. I think we've done great work the last few days. Obviously disappointment in the first leg, but that's why we have 2 legs. There's a lot to put right, and we're excited to do that.
You said Friday's performance was the worst you'd seen since you took on the role. So where do you need to improve tonight?
Across the board, I don't think I've shied away from that, nor have my team. I think it was not a performance to be proud of. And the most important thing is that we deliver Wales tonight, which is our identity, coming back to the basics, and being proud of putting that jersey on and delivering the best possible performance we can.
Jess Fishlock starts. How important is it to have Wales's leading goal scorer in that starting 11?
I don't think there's any hiding that Jess Fishlock on the field is a huge advantage for us. We've missed her when she's been injured, and she had a big impact when she came on. We have a lot of depth, but I think she also gives the team a lot of confidence just by being there healthy and dictating play on the field.
And over 10,000 tickets have been sold for the game tonight. Just how key might that red ball be in getting you over the line and into that playoff final?
Well, a big thank you to everyone who's come out tonight. The players speak about it all the time, the importance of the connection to the fans and having them there and that big voice. It's unless you've really experienced it firsthand, there's nothing like it. And I know they'll help them, the Welsh team, just get that little extra edge tonight.
Rhian, good luck tonight. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Rhian Wilkinson there. As you can see, the light show has started. Zombie Nation is on. Final thoughts then, urgency, Katie, you need to see it from the start.
Yeah, we need to show up and deliver. We need to leave this field with no regrets. You know, these are the big games you want to be a part of, and it's ours for the taking.
Gemma Evans said they lost their way on Friday. That Welsh identity, we want to see it back tonight.
That's all these fans want to see, and it's easy for people at home to see the performance Friday and think that they weren't up for it. Trust me, it's not that. It's probably that they were so up for it. They know what's at stake. It's not just a game of football. It's really not. There's a chance to write history here, and they just need to have shackles off, be really, really brave from the start.
Elise, take me into that tunnel. How are they feeling?
You know what? I hope that Friday is a motivation, and I feel like they're more than ready now to put things right. And look at them in the tunnel. They're probably watching the light show from afar thinking, let's go.
Right then, girls, here we go. Thank you ever so much. And you back at home, cross your fingers, your legs, everything for this journey to continue. We want all the treats and no tricks tonight. Let's go and join former Wales international and manager Jane Ludlow, who is alongside Simon Davis.
Thank you, Catherine. Yes, never has this Wales team needed home advantage more. The task is clear, but not simple. At least a 2-goal win will see Wales go to the playoff final, most likely against the Republic of Ireland. But Wales mustn't underestimate this Slovakian opposition. As we saw in the first leg, they are capable in front of goal, and that is why they have a 1-goal advantage going into this evening. And as Catherine was saying, if the tie is level after 90 minutes, extra time will be played and potentially penalties after that. But, Jane Ludlow, let's not even think too far ahead just yet.
No, look, if our players take the pitch tonight and play to their ability levels, then this will be done in the 90 minutes and it'll be a positive result for us. And that's what we're hoping for up here, and I'm sure every fan at home watching is going to be hoping for now as well.
Well, there we see Martina Sanowska, who scored one of the goals on Friday night and had numerous chances in that game out in Slovakia.
national anthem of Camry. The Red Bull, sing it loud, sing it proud.
But Wales know that a much better performance is needed than the one out in Slovakia. And an early goal would set things up very nicely. Well, this is the 11 that Rhian Wilkinson has gone with tonight. Fia Morgan is rewarded for her goal off the bench with a starting place up front. She and Jess Fishlock are 2 of 4 changes from Friday night. That means no Kayleigh Barton, no Carrie Jones. Rhiannon Roberts returns in defence in place of Josie Green. Charlie Escort drops to the bench. Kerry Holland will play out wide. That means Southampton's Alice Griffiths comes into central midfield. And that was after her showing off the subs bench in Poprad. Slovakia have made 2 changes from that first leg. 19-year-old debutant Darina Hrzakova is in for Klaudia Fabova, and Tamara Morvankova is replaced by Sofia Anna Skodova. The 2 goal scorers in that game out in Poprad, Martina Sanovska and Maria Mikalayova, both feature as expected. Slovakia ranked 51 in the world, that is 22 places below Wales. Rhian Wilkinson described that game on Friday night as the worst that Wales have played in her tenure. She knows that a repeat of that will see their hopes of Euro 2025 end this evening. Tonight's referee is Eva Augustin. She's from Poland. In fact, it's an all-Polish team of match officials tonight, with Paweł Malek overseeing VAR. And we see Anhara James, who it's worth pointing out is 1 booking away from a suspension, so she'll have to be careful tonight, the Wales captain. And the fans are ready. The bobble hats and the bucket hats are firmly on show, and there is an expectation. Maria Mikalayova, scorer of Slovakia's second in Poprad. She plays her domestic football in Austria from St. Pölten. Well, Jess Fishlock's quality goes without saying, but the 37-year-old is still to play a full 90 minutes since September after recovering from a leg injury. Well, Slovakia will have to deal with the electric pace of Bristol City's Fia Morgan. Her late goal in Poprad has certainly kept this tie alive. And there we see Mikalayova, scorer of that free kick in that first game. Well, Jane Ludlow, how crucial is it, do you think, that Wales start on the front foot?
I think it is important, Simon, to be honest. Knowing the girls as I do, they'll want to start well, which means high tempo, whether that's defensive or in possession, moving the ball quicker, but getting in people's faces defensively as well. That's the player group I know, and I'm sure that's what they'll want in these first 10 minutes.
It's a big night. Wales will have to come from behind to keep alive hopes of Switzerland next summer. Only a win will do if they're to reach playoff final. And there is an advantage to that in many ways. Jane, Wales know what they have to do. No ifs, no buts. A 2-goal win, or any sort of win, if it is to be extra time and penalties as well.
Yeah, look, playoff games, we have to go out, then we have to perform. Obviously, they haven't performed as well as they would have liked Friday, but it's great to have another opportunity. They can prove a point. When this draw was made, the expectation was that Wales would go through this, and we were already looking forwards to playing Republic of Ireland in the next round of playoffs, potentially. But obviously, football doesn't work like that. Slovakia have had a great game at home a few days ago, and they'll be hoping, obviously, to keep their levels high. But I think what we witnessed from our team on Friday was very much a lull in performance levels. They can all play better, and they've been really open about that from a management perspective and a player perspective over the last few days, which is really nice to hear. But obviously now we want to see the performances that we know they can put in.
Throw in for Fishlock. Morgan has made the run. Well, I think there was an inevitability that both Fishlock and Morgan would feature, given their impact off the bench in the first game. It's the pace of Fia Morgan that can really frighten defences. Indeed, that goal has really kept alive Wales's hopes. It's a 2-0, an unsurmountable lead, Jane, but 2-1 is certainly achievable to overturn.
No, I think that goal late on from Fia Morgan was obviously really important for us. Hopefully as the game goes on today, maybe less important because we do well and we score goals. But if you look at the result right now, 2-0 is very different to 2-1 and come in for the second leg, you know. I think the playing group would have taken some positives from that last 20 minutes in particular out in Slovakia, and it's a case of can they build on that now.
There's Zakova chasing down the ball to Olivia Clark. It's her 23rd cap this evening. And Rhiannon Roberts, so often a stalwart of this Wales team, didn't feature surprisingly in the first leg. She's back tonight. Here's Evans to James. Morgan. And Harry James has got to be careful tonight. One booking away from a suspension. Sort of play in our mind, I'm sure. Here's Kerry Holland into Griffiths. Fishlock in front of her. And watched very carefully there by Bartakova. An easy one for Konachova, but not the most convincing of kicks. And Wales looking to put Slovakia under pressure very early on here. Ball through the middle towards Sanowska. An interception from Hayley Ladd.
I think if you look at the back line for Wales tonight, they'll obviously be wanting a better performance in and out of possession because they were a little bit loose at times in possession and defensively left some gaps which we wouldn't have usually seen from them. So I'm sure Hayley Ladd and obviously Rhiannon Roberts back in the team again tonight after missing the last game. They'll be hoping to have a good performance, and obviously Gemma Evans as well, because what we're seeing is a back five, well, a back three in possession that becomes a back five out of possession for Wales, and it's the usual kind of structure and setup. As we just watched in the replay here with the goalkeeper, that was nearly an opportunity for us, to be fair, wasn't it? But if you think of what we're expecting from the structure, it's very similar to how the men have played in previous years, with a back five, a box midfield, overloading central areas predominantly, and one up top. And for me, that's about combination play through the midfield players, and if we can get that working, if you look at the quality we have there, and Harrod James, Jess Fishlock, and the level that they've been playing for many, many years, then we should have some joy.
Well, one thing we can guarantee about Wales over the years is that things are never going to be straightforward and easy, and Wales will have to come from behind here. Here is Hovatova. Throw-in met by Holland. First real touch for Skadova. Alice Griffiths did well after coming on off the bench in that first leg, the Southampton player. Rewarded with a starting place, as is Fia Morgan. And there is a tenacity about Wales. A high press already. Ball is Himarova. And Slovakia. I just wonder how they'll approach this. We were watching their warm-up very closely, weren't we? We were thinking that maybe they'd be conservative, very defensive, but on the front foot here as Holland puts it out into touch.
Oh, very similar to what we saw in the last game, to be fair, so far. You know, they've got a back four that when they're in possession, they're very expansive. But an area that I don't think we exploited well enough from a Wales perspective in the last game was when we pinched the ball on a transition, there are so many gaps for us to exploit. And what we're seeing already when Slovakia are in possession is they're very open and expansive, and it's whether we can obviously make those counter-attack moments work in our advantage.
Skudova has come short, but Robertova's ball towards Sanovska was right into the penalty area. And Slovakia are keeping possession here. I think there will have to be patience for Wales tonight. Even if it gets to half-time and the score hasn't changed, I don't think there'll be panic on the Wales bench, but certainly an early goal would be welcome. Here's Sadowska. Hamarova playing it back to Vojtova. Good tackle from Holland. First touch for Rachel Rowe. Fishlock has made the run, and Rowe opted for Morgan. If she'd looked up there was Lily Woodham on that far side too. But this is where Slovakia were quite dangerous on Friday night on the counter-attack. That's one thing we didn't see an awful lot of on Friday night. Rachel Rowe running at defenders, which is always such an excellent sight. Here is Skudova. Good play. And a header away from Woodham. Fishlock. Well, Matakova with a sliding tackle. I think we'll be keeping a keen eye on Fishlock's fitness throughout this game, Jane, because this is a player, let's face it, who hasn't had a full 90 minutes since September. That could be a factor.
No, but look, Jess knows her body inside out. She's probably making the decisions, to be fair. She knows what's going to work for her, and she's sensible enough to know whether she's fit to play an international match or not. I was thinking when we were watching her with 60 yards to sprint into then, whether she would change gears or not.
Wales looking to change gears here with Morgan. There's Woodham. Deep cross. Holland was the target. Koninchova with a comfortable catch.
Opportunity for Lily Woodham there to show her ability with her left foot. It's a wand. You know, when she's performing well, those balls can be deadly. She's technically a very, very good player. For me, today is about how much can we get her into the game more in possession.
There's certainly an offensive threat for Wales, Lily Woodham. Here's Holland. Roberts of Real Betis. Here's Evans. And Woodham with space again.
I think it's an area that we didn't use to our advantage in the first game in the structure we played. If you look at these structures right now, a back four from Slovakia, and you can see the areas in the wide area space, which we're using far better in this game so far compared to Friday night right now.
Rowe. The intention was the through ball to Fio Morgan from Rachel Rowe. 3 goals during qualifying. Rachel Rowe. And it's Koninchova of FC Como in Italy. Short throw. Vojtova. This should be a simple enough ball for Hayley Ladd to deal with. Yeah, back 3 tonight for Wales once again. It's Josie Green missing out, with Rhiannon Roberts coming into that back 3. Seemed to be the approach from Rhian Wilkinson to play with wing backs. That's something that you chose a fair few times as well as Wales manager, Jane.
Yeah, we did, because it fitted the strengths of our players more than anything else at the time. It obviously gave us some defensive solidity as well, but our attacking players worked very well in the system.
And this is Rowe. Route to cross. Fishlock. Woodham. Will it fall for James? The chances will come if Wales continue like that.
Really good run here from Rachel Rowe on the right-hand side. It obviously gets through to the far post area, and disappointed that Lily Woodham there couldn't have taken the shot on herself, but it's obviously fallen to a less strong foot, I guess. But an opportunity for Wales to get in and around the box early doors in this game.
And it was so encouraging to see some of those midfielders joining those attacking players in the box. Fishlock among them, of course. Here's Rhiannon Roberts. Rowe. About a yard of space. Here's Morgan. Holland. Wales on the front foot here. This is good play from Holland. Here's Rowe. Griffiths. No doubt about Wales's attacking intentions here. And as Holland tries to get a shot on goal, the decision goes Slovakia's way, but so far so good from Wales.
Yeah, and I think the structure is working far better tonight. We're just seeing a delivery here from Rhiannon Roberts into the box, which obviously there's a foul. I'm not sure how much of a foul that was, but it's given against Wales. But if you look at the structure, it's working because we're using the width better in possession, which means we're moving the back four of Slovakia, we're moving the midfield four of Slovakia, and we're creating spaces through central areas for our quality players to actually get on the ball and cause problems.
It does seem as though Slovakia, and you can't blame them with a one-goal lead, may be soaking up pressure and looking to hit Wales on the counter-attack. Here is Horvatova. It's a nice little flick on to Skodova, who tackle Rhiannon Roberts. It's the type of commitment that's needed tonight, and you'll always get that from Rhiannon Roberts.
Yes, Rhiannon Roberts loves a tackle, and she generally times them very well, to be fair. It's one of her strengths. As a defender, she's a tough tackler and a really good header of the ball as well.
Yeah, and as Nia was saying just before kick-off, that aerial ability might be a real asset for Wales, as we just saw there. Space for Bartkova, Himarova to the right of her. Rizikova tackled by Evans. Has made the move, sorry Jen, I was just saying, has made the move from Manchester United to Liverpool. Rather her than me, but...
To be honest, Simon, I was just looking from a Slovakia perspective. We were talking before the game, are they going to come in and bank in? Are they going to go low block? Are they going to just frustrate us? They're not actually doing that. Right, look, at this moment in time, they are defending from the halfway line. But it's not a case of they going into their defensive third and just letting us have the ball. So they have come here to compete.
It's a nice ball to Morgan. Holland just trying it into the channel. Totally different sort of forward player, Theo Morgan, to Kayleigh Barton.
When you say Fionn Morgan, there's so many memories that are coming back, good ones actually, from age group football. Because to be fair, when people said to me as she played as a forward, I can give you one moment when we played away where she scored an absolutely fantastic goal. Counter-attack moment and finished really well. And obviously we saw the goal she scored the other night. There's more there, you know, she's a talent. It's just, you know, can she get the ball in the right areas tonight to show that talent?
Certainly hope so. Pace to burn, no doubt about that. Here's Roberts, the lad's bit of skill. Rowe in front of her, but it's towards Morgan. Griffiths does well to control it. Roberts has spotted the run again of Morgan. Well, that is a clear target for Wales this evening, the pace of the Bristol City forward.
Yeah, we've just seen the combination play here. Again, we've spoken about Rhiannon Roberts quite a few times in possession tonight. She's managing to get quite a lot of the ball at that, obviously that time, a little bit overhit. But you can see the plan from Wales. You know, they want to keep that possession opposition half. They're trying to move Slovakia around and just create those gaps through central areas because they have the overload in there. It's just, can they time the pass right tonight to create those goal-scoring opportunities?
Craig Bellamy, the head coach of the Wales men's team, in attendance tonight, and Noel Mooney, chief executive of the Football Association of Wales, to his right there. How they would both love to see Wales progress to that playoff final. It is likely to be against the Republic of Ireland. Stranger things have happened, of course, but a 6-0 advantage against Georgia. I think it's safe to say that Wales will be heading to Dublin if they can get through the test tonight, but it's a big if, as Evans lets it run out. Of course, if Wales were to get to the Euros, that is the holy grail, isn't it? Next July the 2nd, the tournament will start, so it's too early to put it in your diary, Jane, but it's always in the back of our minds. But here's Skodova for Slovakia. Good tackle from Fishlock. Here's Rowe. Morgan trying to stay on side. Rowe goes it alone. Well, that's good competitive play from Rachel Rowe. I think she spotted Fia Morgan initially, who was trying to stay on side, Jane.
Yes, she was, and she had a task, because did you see how high that Slovakia backline was? Oh, there is a lot of space to exploit there if we can get our pass time well. I mean, the ball was 10 yards away from the backline, near the halfway line, and they're holding a line literally 10 yards away. There's 40 yards of space for us to use if we can see that.
And with players with pace as well. I'm sure that is in Rhian Wilkinson's thinking. Roberts. Roberts has got Holland to her right, bottom of your screen. And here she is. Likes to take on full-backs and has taken on Skrdova and has won a corner for her efforts. One of the standout performers in qualifying, Kerry Holland, for Wales.
Doing really well from a club perspective as well, with Liverpool obviously for the last couple of years, forming a really good standard week in, week out.
And a good delivery needed here from Lily Woodham. Woodham's gone short. Oh, and Rose returned pass just behind Lily Woodham, but opportunity still there to cross. And Woodham happy for Rhiannon Roberts to take this throw. In fact, it's been left for Kerry Holland here. As we have seen over the course of many years, Rhiannon Roberts' throw into that penalty area. That is another weapon for Wales. Ladd. Griffiths of Southampton. Holland. Just didn't work out, and Skrdova can start the breakaway. It's a crunching tackle from Ladd and a free kick to Slovakia. Well, Hayley Ladd is protesting her innocence, but it was certainly a ball there to be won.
Well, oh, am I biased? I'm probably biased, to be fair. Look, I'm not sure how that's a free kick. Come on, Simon. She gets kicked by the Slovakian player, to be fair, and loses her footing. So you can see why the facial expression now from Hayley Ladd. That's a tough one. On first look, it did look a bit combative, to be fair, but look, we have the joy of watching the replay, don't we?
We do, and more pressing for Wales here, Jane, is the position. Now, Himarova standing over this one. You can see Fishlock just getting Holland into position in front of Himarova. Goal scorer of the second goal on Friday night, Mikolayova, has come across. Just a line of Welsh defenders on that 18-yard line. Himarova has tried it. I don't think any of us expected that. And luckily for Olivia Clark, it was well over.
Yeah, I think if you live Clark, you're quite happy seeing her try it from there. I think Liv would be really disappointed if she beat her from that angle and that distance out.
Here is Clark. Has established herself as the regular goalkeeper now under Wilkinson. Safia Middleton Patel played against Kosovo, and of course there's the talents of Laura O'Sullivan-Jones as well. Ladd. Spotted the run of Morgan here, and it's a tackle on her and a breakaway. Skrdova, well, the ball from Herzakova wasn't the best, but there's just that reminder every time Wales get forward. Slovakia have looked quite dangerous on the break I don't think Wales are going to rest on their laurels here at all, or they shouldn't at least.
No, if you look at the picture right now, which I think will show the organisation of Slovakia, it's a 4-4-2 organisation, but they push their wingers really high. So a lot of the time it looks like a 4-2-4, really front foot defending. And look how compact it is. It's actually preventing Wales from going through central areas. And to be honest, I don't think they should in the first phase. They should be using the wing backs right now, as we've done. Love that when that happens, by the way, Simon. Maybe not with the detail, but if you think back to the first 15 minutes, we had a lot of joy because we switched. We went from one wing back round to the other wing back. Gaps opened up through Slovakia, and then we played through those gaps. Right now, we've slowed the tempo and we're trying to go straight through central areas. It's not the right way to play if you think of the success we had in the first 15 minutes. So hopefully the girls will get back using that width a little bit more impactfully.
Here is Hovotova. Skadova. Griffiths fouled. Free kick Wales. Yeah, the tempo has dropped, and I think you could see Rhian Wilkinson there just saying to her players to just up that ante a bit. It's panicking at this stage, but the longer that clock ticks on and Slovakia is still 1-0 up in the tie, there will be anxiety. This is Morgan who has made the run. Vojtova forced into evasive action, the FC Basel player. Well, how we would like to see Sophie Ingle on the pitch. Unfortunately, not the case due to a ACL injury. We certainly wish her all the very best, Jane.
Yeah, when her face came on the screen, then I was thinking, oh, it's lovely to see Sophie and her mum next to her. But I'd much prefer to see her on the pitch tonight, and obviously she'd prefer to be there, but she's going to be out for the rest of the season, probably recovering from the injury. But we know she'll be back at some point and getting that Welsh jersey on again for us.
I think Rhian Wilkinson, not the type to cry over spilt milk, but you can't overstate what an absence she is. Now, is that a foul on Holland? She's gone down here, Kerry Holland, and has stayed down. Well, Slovakia have no obligation to kick the ball out. They do so. And I think a collision between Holland and Hovotova was quite a tricky one there.
It's a bit of a shoulder barge, isn't it? She's held her ground, obviously. Quite stocky player. Is it an elbow? I don't know. She does lift her elbow late on, to be fair. You're looking at me like saying that's an elbow. Well, it could have been, to be fair. But what are we using VAR for tonight?
Well, VAR is in play, as you say. Clearly not referring that one. It wasn't a Jane Ludlow elbow, I know that.
Hey, I didn't do elbows. I did below hip height usually. that usually did the trick.
Well, there's going to be physicality tonight, no doubt about that. And Wales not adverse to that. Players like Gemma Evans here and Hayley Ladd. Here's Roberts. Now, Holland has again asked for it on this near side, but again, their first touch let her down. Leanne Roberts stopping the ball going from Skadova. Here's Morgan. Good trickery. Well, inventive stuff from Fia Morgan, and she's certainly got the pace to skip round defenders like that.
Yeah, it's inventive, wasn't it? Obviously flip it over the first one, but to be fair to Slovakia, from a backline perspective, they're covering each other really well, and they obviously saw that danger very early to be able to deal with it.
It is a free kick though, and Lily Woodhams, to quote Jane Ludlow, wand of a left foot, prepares to take this, and there's plenty to aim for in there as well for Woodham. Decent free kick. Didn't fall for Gemma Evans, has fallen for Rowe. Up against Hovotova, good cross from Rowe, Fishlock attacking it. Korichova with the accomplished catch again, in fairness.
Just needed to bend back out a few yards, didn't it? And we had red shirts coming on to the end of it. You can see Rachel Rowe getting a bit of time and space, but it's just a bit of a flat delivery straight into the goalkeeper's arms, unfortunately, for Wales.
The bounce didn't work out for Sanovska. Didn't reach Fishlock. Good challenge from Holland. Morgan isolated, but has got room and has got options. It's Fionn Morgan, and the cross goes over Rowe, but it's in Woodham's path. Woodham's cross, Fishlock could falter, Rachel Rowe, still there for her. Morgan will have the shots. Well, Rhian Wilkinson will not be disappointed about the chances being created, but at some point Wales have to take them.
Just seeing Fionn Morgan here break the defensive line. Obviously, it seemed like she overhit this, but whether she did see Lily Woodham or not, who knows? But anyway, Lily Woodham, bit of time and space to knock this back in. Jess Fishlock competing for that first contact, and you know, Rachel Rowe had a little bit more time than I think she'd expected there, to be fair, and obviously completely missed it. And then Fionn Morgan with the last strike.
Morgan onside. James worth a shot.
But 2 shots on goal in the last minute. It's positive.
I think that was something that frustrated Rhian Wilkinson in the first game, particularly in the first half, chances not being created, but well, the Wales fans playing their part. Just a reminder, if Wales can get through this, it will be a playoff final, a 2-legged playoff final, most likely against the Republic of Ireland. They thrashed Georgia in their first leg. It's been a mixed opening 26 minutes, I think it's fair to say. Jane?
Yeah. Created a few chances, obviously the last few minutes in particular, and maybe the first 10-15.
Rose in here, first touch ladder down, and Wales showing they can mix it up with the ball over the top.
Yeah, and we've had some good spells in possession, so they're positives. Look, it was a good awareness there from Gemma Evans, obviously picking out Rachel Rowe. Unfortunately, Rachel Rowe couldn't get that first touch quite as she wanted it, and goalkeeper comes out to clean up here.
But now Horvatova went down there and is receiving treatment, so that allows Wales to have a bit of a drinks break. You could see there's a graze on her knee, and great to see Matty Jones here as well, Wales under-21 manager, alongside Noel Mooney, the FAW chief executive, and Craig Bellamy, of course, the Wales men's head coach.
Just a quick message, if you are the owner of a white Ford Fiesta,
stoppage here, and a good turnout tonight, 10,000 tickets sold, home advantage. As you remember, Jane Ludlow is so important, and some fans more famous than others, and there's a former Wales captain for you.
Some ex-teammates now on show as well.
Laura McAllister there, and another great, Neville Southall. Very few keepers better than him in his day. And Horvatova is up here. Just seemed to be a slight graze on the knee there. I don't think it was anything to do with the collision with the goalkeeper when she came out. But we're close to that half-hour mark, Jane, and just settle nerves a bit if Wales could find the back of the net and get back in this tie. As things are, Slovakia lead. Evans forces it back to Olivia Clark. Good goalkeeping there.
Yeah, we've spoken about, we've had some good spells of possession, but you could also say we haven't had too much defensively to deal with in our own third either. Hopefully I haven't caused us a problem by saying that right now. But no, there's been positives to the game so far from a Wales perspective. Just we'd like to see the detail a little bit different in the final third right now.
Matakova's ball dealt with by Evans. Peter Koppen, the manager of Slovakia, been in charge since 2021. And the Slovakia bench celebrated the first leg final whistle as if they'd won the tie already. It's still not over, but they know having that advantage, that goal advantage, puts them in a prime position here.
Yeah, and they've obviously come into this playoff opportunity as underdogs. You know, quite a few places below in the rankings. Not great qualifying campaign from a results perspective. But they did the business in the game on Friday, and obviously they'll be coming here buoyant and positive and wanting to get another result, obviously.
They have that 1-goal advantage. Here is Hayley Ladd. Evans of Liverpool. Rhiannon Roberts, formerly of Liverpool. Griffiths. Willie Woodham. She looks up here, has got Fishlock, and that's a nice little ball. Oh, what a shame.
Do you know, I was just watching that pattern of play, and I'm looking at it, and I just wanted the midfielder. It was actually Hannah James, it was the nearest midfielder at that point in time, to go with Jess onto that ball side, because what Lily Woodham needed was a bounce inside before looking for Jess Fishlock, but the timing wasn't quite right from a midfield perspective. But if we can get that right, there's so much space. Once we go to a wing back, there's so much space just inside on the pitch for us to use.
Rowe tries the ball through. Salt the run of Woodham. And here's Himarova. Poor pass, reaches Holland. What can Wales do from here? It's Rowe. Rowe tries it! Well, the simpler option would have been Fishlock or Morgan in front of her. I dare say she is capable.
Well, I think you can see from the reaction of the two in front. Jess gives her a little bit of an icy stare, thinking, but you can understand it, and she'd expect that as well. If that was on target, it's different. Everybody would applaud it, but it was 45 yards out with two options in front. So I'm sure we all know what the ones in front were thinking.
Such an infectious character, though, isn't she? Rachel Rowe, as you well know, Jane, you managed her, and brings a lot of energy to this Wales team.
Yeah, look, Rachel Rowe was player of the match on so many occasions during my 7 years with the team, and yeah, was a fantastic performer, fantastic person too.
Over, waiting for it in the back post, and really good tackle from Rachel Rowe. James can bring it away. Holland. James, the Wales captain. Holland has got two players to beat here. Has got Morgan up against Vojtova. Done well. Oh, just tried to read the run of Kerry Holland. She's got it back here, Morgan. Gets round Horvatova and delivers the cross to Fishlock. Could fall to Woodham. Holland! Another chance goes begging for Wales.
Yeah, that was a chance, wasn't it? Good combination play on the right-hand side. Delivery in from Morgan. Oh, did you know the defender there was so lucky, because she did not see that red shirt coming on from the back of her. But yeah, opportunity again. Jess Fishlock just missing with the contact there at the near post, but it does fall nicely for Holland, but unfortunately doesn't quite get that left foot strike where she wanted it.
Opened her body, you could see she was trying to go for placement. But Wales have had chances. And that's the encouraging thing. If one of those chances is converted, it's a totally different tie. You feel that maybe the momentum would swing with Wales. Here's Woodham. And the crowd starting to get behind this team as well. Here's Holland. In away. Himarova. Watched by Roberts. Rachel Rowe winning the ball back. Here's James. Griffiths. Alice Griffiths rewarded for her appearance off the bench in that first leg. Did really well, actually, I thought.
Oh no, it looks really great to see Alice getting a start, Alice Griffiths getting a start tonight. I'll come back to that because this might be an opportunity, Simon.
It's Rowe, early cross. Didn't sit for Morgan or Fishlock.
Good opportunity again down the right-hand side. Obviously, ball coming in here. And I'm not sure, Fionn Morgan, was she trying to contact it for a finish, or was it trying to be a pass? That detail in and around the box right now, not quite where we need it, but it's good that we're getting in those spaces.
Morgan with a flick on to Rowe. Well, Rachel Rowe already seeing much more of the ball than was the case on Friday night. Good control from James. Nicely to Morgan. Corner. Wales getting closer.
We're having a lot of joy down this right-hand side, aren't we, in this first half? Lots of good combination play and some deliveries coming in as well from the right-hand side. And another opportunity here we see, obviously blocked, and let's see what we can create from this corner opportunity.
Woodham again to take. Packed 6-yard area, more blue shirts than red, but let's see what Woodham can do here. It's an in-swinger. And the header will go out for another corner. It was a strong header from Ruzakova there. Woodham again. Holland has come short, but this is going into the penalty area again from Lily Woodham. It hangs in the air, reaches Rowe. Tries to get to the byline, but again Ruzakova does well. And eventually away by Skudova. And she spots the run of Sanovska and Hermarova. Wales could be in trouble here. And it's Fiona Morgan who tracks back.
Yeah, the youngster does really well there, to be fair. And she's got one hell of an engine on her, and you could see that. She'll run all day. And run pretty quickly all day as well, and we needed her to at that point.
Time is ticking away. Less than 10 to go until half-time. Woodham.
Just going back to the Alice Griffiths conversation, it's lovely to see a player who's come through our performance system from by the age of 13.
Ball goes towards Fishlock, and yeah, it's. I know that you were highly involved. The remit of the job that you had wasn't just Wales head coach Jane Ludlow.
But I'm not moaning about that, Simon. When I talk about that, I loved every minute of it. My favourite time of the week was going up to the University of South Wales, our performance programme there. Yes, we had heavy days, heavy workloads, but it was great, and the team who worked with me, I loved every minute, because for us, the joy is now seeing those players on this pitch tonight. Obviously, I'd love to see them win as well and progress and keep challenging themselves, but Alice Griffiths is a young player who progressed to a certain point within Wales, realised that she needed to go outside Wales to keep progressing, jumped outside of home, went for a big challenge, is down at Southampton, plying her trade and doing really, really well and learning and developing.
And that's a nice ball to Fishlock. Just Fishlock! Wales are level in this tie. And who else? The one and only Jess Fishlock. Well, even by her standards, she's been relatively quiet so far this evening, but when Wales need her most, Jess Fishlock always delivers.
Well, if there was one person that we wanted to be in that position, one-on-one with a goalkeeper, it was definitely Jess Fishlock. What a great pass from midfield into the run of what it was great time from Jess as well, obviously, but great pass from Anna Harrod-James there into the feet of Jess Fishlock. Still has quite a lot to do to lift it over the goalkeeper here, who's obviously advancing and trying to come out and deal with it. But what a great finish.
On her 156th cap, her 46th goal. Who else but Jess Fishlock? Well, Wales have had to wait 39 minutes for it, but the goal has come. And how does Slovakia react now? Lots of interesting questions to be answered here.
It'd be nice if we could get another one before half-time, wouldn't it?
Rowe. There could be another one. Morgan had made the run through the middle. So the tie is level at 2-2. Just a reminder, if it stays like this after 90, it will go into extra time, but Wales aren't thinking about extra time or penalties. They want to win it in 90. It's Fishlock again! Good save. Korenchova stood tall. And the momentum has swung Wales his way.
Yeah, if you're Slovakia right now, you're going to be a little bit nervous because things are definitely going against them. But it's a good play from us. Obviously, we've got a little bit lucky there with the ricochet coming off Rachel Rowe as she tries to control it. But get another an opportunity. Jess Fishlock against the goalkeeper. Obviously, this time goalkeeper comes out well, makes herself big and puts the block on. But you kind of want this first half to keep going and going, I think, not finishing 5 minutes.
Yeah, had Wales not got that goal, we wouldn't be having that conversation, but Wales certainly feel there are more goals to be had here. Just goes to show how important that Ffion Morgan strike was on Friday night. Well, what is there left to say about Jess Fishlock? A player who, well, we run out of superlatives really. Record goal scorer.
Maybe we need to stop saying what age she is, though, because it's not polite for a female to keep talking about her age, you know that.
No, and she is as good now as she has ever been, I think. That's the wonderful thing about Jess Fishlock. There have been questions asked about whether she would call it a day. I think Rhea Wilkinson was quick to shoot that down in her press conference prior to this game, but there's no doubt that she is the most important figure in this squad, arguably in the history of Wales women's football. Movitova up against Rachel Rose, really battled hard tonight, but it's Himarova gets the loose ball. Harry Holland stays with her and wanted the decision, didn't get it. Himarova, players waiting in the middle. Mikhailiova just tried to find that bottom corner. I don't think it was an intentional cross to Sanofska.
No, I think that was a miss hit, wasn't it? I think she was teeing herself up for a strike on goal then. But Wales would be happy that it hasn't quite worked out from a Slovakian perspective there. Yeah, she's trying to curl in, she just mishits it.
Roberts. Roberts has really slotted into that back three. Hand to glove, really, as you would expect a player of her experience. Here's Evans. Fishlock. That is a free kick. Well placed, the Polish referee who steps in here. Sanofska wanted to get involved as well. The foul was from Matakova.
Just seeing Jess using her body really well. You're holding off the play. It's an obvious foul, isn't it?
Woodham. Griffiths. James. So the tie is level. But Wales again on the front foot. Fishlock, is she onside? Flag has stayed down. Fishlock! What's the decision? Well, there is VAR in play, and I wonder if they'll look at that. Well, there is no way that Jess Fishlock would have gone down that easily without being fouled, surely. A player of her quality and her danger in front of goal. We'll see a replay, no doubt. Was it a penalty? That's the big question.
I'm not sure she was expecting this to come through to her, to be fair. If you look at the build-up play here, she's actually offside, but whether they've touched it, obviously, we'd have taken the goal if she'd managed to get one. But I don't think she was expecting it to come to her, to be fair. I don't think it's anything to do with fitness or anything like that. Her decision-making there, she might be a little bit rusty, having 4 or 5 weeks out. But, yeah, good opportunity again for Wales.
Well, she was about a yard or two offside. Surprised that the flag didn't go up. As you say, it may have taken a nick off a Slovakian heel. Roberts. Ladd. Gemma Evans. Woodham has made the run here. And a good first touch. Morgan. Woodham. There's a bit of more confidence about Wales now. Morgan again. As well defined Woodham again.
Could do with this first half keeping going and going, because Slovakia are trying to change their structure right now to deal with this, but it's making things worse, not better. From their perspective defensively, there's lots of gaps for the midfield of Wales to utilise now.
imagine there'll be too much added time. There's a slight stoppage for Horvatova, the Slovakian left back who went down. Just the 1 minute. As you say, Jane, we could have done with 4 or 5. Well, not at all, because Wales, after that goal, have been on the front foot, no doubt about that.
Yeah, it'll be a bit frustrating that Slovakia can go in and regroup to a certain extent, because it hasn't been good from their perspective defensively over the last 20 minutes. It's been great from a Wales perspective, creating opportunities, getting in the final third, obviously getting the goal. But we'd all like to get some more, wouldn't we, right now?
Well, surrounding Nikolova. Ball over the top, and Morgan's got pace. Keeper off her line here. Fiona Morgan. Good challenge, tremendous challenge, in fact. And it needed to be. Well, there will be time to take the corner here.
Just seen on this right-hand side, obviously direct pass down the channel here for Fiona Morgan to use her pace, and she's got an abundance of it, but it's great defending. Good cover defending from Slovakia there.
Yeah, Vojtova with the sliding tackle. There is time. We've played the minute of added time, at least. Can Wales lead the tie going into the break? They've gone short, and one has to feel that that was the wrong decision. It hasn't worked out. And that is the half-time whistle. Well, the good news is that Wales are level in this tie. A Fishlock goal has been key for Wales. And how many times have we said that over the years? Jess Fishlock, again the player to thank. And at half-time, it's Wales 1, Slovakia 0. It is 2-2 on aggregate.
Everybody okay? What a first half of football, and who else but Jess Fishlock getting that all-important goal, 1-0 on the night, but at the moment it is 2-2 on aggregate. Oh boy, did Wales need that goal. Let's have a look then at the statistics from that first 45 minutes possession, where Wales have dominated 66%. The amount of shots, Slovakia haven't managed 1, 6 for Wales, 3 on target, 16 touches in that box. They have dominated, they have been awarded with that goal. But as I said, what a huge 45 minutes ahead, because Wales, they need another, or we are in for extra time and possibly penalties. Oh, it's too early to talk about that, isn't it? Yes, half-time, and it came when Wales probably didn't want it to. Very much on top, Katie, in that first half.
I think we've been on top the whole first half. I think it's the reaction that we expected from this team. We've been dominant, assured in possession, much more aggressive. We talked about that Friday night. And I think they've got their just rewards, and I think, like you said, an extra 5 minutes and, you know, we're going in with another goal.
That Welsh identity, it's back, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you've got to earn the right to play. It's easy to look at that performance and think they're using the ball much better, but they're doing the ugly side of the game much better than they were Friday. They're being braver when they're going into press, they're winning their 1v1 battles, and then that gets the ball down, you can settle, and then you can start playing it around. So, yeah, a million times better than Friday already.
Elise, can you see the hard work that they've been doing over the past few days?
Yeah, I knew they were ready to come out and put in a performance, and that 45 minutes is exactly what we were expecting, and it's starting to put things right from Friday, so I was really happy to see.
OK, we've seen it once. We've seen it twice, actually. We've just seen a replay, but let's see it another time. Mia's right. It's the Jess Fishlock goal. Just when you need somebody, she's the kind of woman to step up.
Absolutely. There's no one else you'd rather have in this position than her. She scored more goals than anybody else in Welsh history. But can we just appreciate that pass from Angharad James? There was a similar one from Cole Palmer on the weekend for Chelsea men. This is just as good. And the finish, so deft, so cute, to chip the keeper in that position when it's such a critical time in the game. Unbelievable.
It's just making those right decisions, you know. She's noticed that there's a gap between the units, and we talked about being better with the ball in that precise passing. It's a fantastic ball through to Jess, and a clinical finish.
And just overall, the off-the-ball movement has been better than Friday. You know, we've seen that Morgan has started up front, but she hasn't just stayed there. We've seen Rowe making channel runs. We've seen Fishlock making that run for the goal. So much better interchanging from the Welsh tonight.
But the big question, how long does she stay on that pitch for, Elise?
Yeah, no, we were obviously lucky to get her on the pitch on Friday. And like I said on Friday, she put herself in a great position to even be on the cam now that she started the game, we just hope that she's got a few more minutes left in her, because we've got another goal to score.
Yeah, she's had some opportunities, hasn't she? Let's look at the lively start then, because Wales doing well, as you said, from that first whistle, especially down that right-hand side.
Yeah, this is where we've had most of our joy. Like I said, it's about that quality in possession, playing through the thirds, making the right choices, and just being so much assured in themselves and making the right decisions.
I think we're playing with wing-backs, obviously Holland on the right and Woodham on the left, and when you've got ball-playing centre-backs like Ladd, like Evans, they're finding them with ease. However, as the match wore on, after a 20 or 30 minutes or so, Slovakia did adapt, and those passes out wide were actually shut off. You see here it transfers across. She's looking at finding that outlet ball, but the Slovakians have shifted across really well, but they're also screening the passes into the two midfielders. Same this side. Hayley Ladd is looking for an option again, but they adapted really well, Slovakia. Eventually, they forced them into central areas, which is where their bodies are, and they lost possession. So Wales just need to keep moving the ball at the speed they were and find the gaps.
Wales have had quite a few chances, haven't they? We've been watching the game together, Elise. We've been up and down, up and
For
down.
you, Elise, you're right.
Hey, I'm good company during a football match, all right? I make the tea. We've been watching it together. So many opportunities, but it's that quality in the final third that has let them down at times.
Yeah, we've created a lot more chances than we did on Friday, which is good to see. It's now about converting them chances and being a little bit more clinical. It's either just been the final pass or the final shot that we've been struggling with, but no doubt when it did come and we had Jess on the end of it, it was a lovely finish, and hopefully we can find Fionn and Rachel and Jess in them areas again.
I'd much rather have this predicament tonight where they're spoilt for choice and making the wrong decision than Friday. We just didn't have any sustained possession to actually allow time for people to get up and support. So I'm enjoying seeing the amount of red shirts in the opposition box tonight.
And it's the variety in the play that we're seeing, you know. On Friday night, it was congested in the middle and we weren't able to utilise the wide areas. Tonight, we're seeing them go through the central areas. We're utilising the width, and when we need to, we're being more direct as well.
So many opportunities, but as I said, it is that quality in the final third. We are hoping that they can get more goals in that second half. And I'm just wondering, after that first 45 minutes, how Rhian Wilkinson, the Wales manager, is feeling. She has lived every second of that first half. And look at her, oh my word, she is going to be exhausted after this. But let's hear how another former manager feels after that first 45 minutes. Jane Ludlow is with Alex.
Thanks, Catherine. Jane, that was the exact action Wales was wanted. What do you think of that first half performance?
Yeah, it was a good performance first half. I mean, the only thing we'd ask for more is goals and, you know, detail in the final third, but we've managed to break them down really well. Structure's working. I think there's more goals in this game for us. It's just, look, Slovakia have come here, they were one goal up, now they've got to come into the game a bit more, don't they?
But of course, there was going to be no one other than Jess Fishlock was there to get that goal.
No, come on, it was in the stars, that one. But look, it's great to see Jess still producing those moments for us as a national team, and we needed to. But to be fair, look, in possession, we've controlled the game the first half. We've slid them open on numerous occasions. It's just, you know, if you're in that changing room right now, the one thing you're asking from each other is finish those chances. You know, let's don't take this to the final few minutes and we're still trying to win the game. Let's finish the chances that we create, because I'm sure we will create more.
What do you want to see Wales do more of? What do you see them want to do differently in the second half?
No, for me it's about controlling possession. You'll see when they move the ball into wide areas, the gaps with the Slovakian team go like that. And then the magic from the midfield. So Anhara James's pass for the goal was fantastic, but it opened up and the game plan's working. We're taking them right to left, left to right, and we're sliding it through the middle. How many times have we seen Fionn Morgan or one of the front line running into the edge of the box? It's just getting that final product right now for us.
What's Rhian Wilkinson going through now with those players? What is she saying to them?
Well, look, she'll know how to motivate that group in there. It's not a case of going in and everybody relaxing. This game is still there to win. We haven't won this yet. We've got to go out there and perform. So the pressure is still very much on, but hopefully in a different way to the start of the match for everybody in that changing room right now.
Do you think we might see a few more Fishlock goals in that second half?
Will we win?
Hopefully.
Of course we will. Of course we will. Look, I'm not joking about it. I can't see any other result tonight. Obviously, there's Slovakian players behind me right now, and I don't want to be disrespectful. But from what we've seen so far, I'd be really disappointed if they score a goal against us tonight.
Well, Jane, I'll let you get back up to commentary. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks very much.
Well, I love that confidence from Jane Ludlow. I wonder, is the crowd feeling the same? They looked relaxed. They've had a goal to celebrate as well. Just wondering, are we expecting Slovakia to come out differently now in this second half? Because they did give a good account of themselves in that first 45, but things have changed now because they need a goal as well, don't they, Elise?
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to come out, and maybe they were a bit more defensive than they were on Friday, probably like we anticipated them to be on Friday, but they came out and they kept it till the 40th minute until we scored our own goal. So now they're going to want to attack again. But remember, the goals on Friday were technically unbelievable, and hopefully we limit them chances now in the second half.
I was asking you on Friday night about a penalty call. I'm going to ask you the same question this evening. Jess Fishlock went down quite easily in that box. She never usually does that. So, from where we were sitting, was this a pen?
Well, in the position she's in, she's never going to go down there. The only question is if she's offside in the build-up. And obviously, again, I'm going to be biased and say no, she wasn't. But she definitely doesn't go down. The Slovakian defender is challenged from the wrong side, and I think if Jess gets her body across well, and I'm surprised it wasn't given as either an offside or a penalty.
Nia, you're sort of agreeing looking at that one.
I think it's clumsy. I'm thinking if that was me as the defender, I know that I've messed up because you've come in from behind, like you've said. It's a bit clumsy, but I think there's no huge appeal from Jess, and usually she's pretty animated if she feels hard done by. So I think Elise is right, though. I'm a bit disappointed with how Slovakia have approached this so far. They look more dangerous on Friday because they pressed Wales a little bit higher up the pitch, and Wales need to be prepared for that in the second half.
OK, then, we will talk some more in a few moments, but Alex has some more company. She's busy this evening, and joining her, former Wales captain, injured, of course. We'd rather see her out there. It's Sophie in goal.
Thanks, Katrin. Yeah, we definitely would rather see Sophie out on the pitch. Sophie, first of all, how are you doing? How is the rehab going?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's obviously early stages, but I'm feeling good right now. And, you know, I've got 2 more weeks of the crutches and then move on to the next little milestone. So it's going okay.
From a personal point of view, how gutted are you and frustrated not to be out there on that pitch with those players tonight?
Yeah, of course, with these injuries, it's always bad timing. But I think tonight the girls have started really well, and it's kind of settled my nerves because I don't normally get nervous, but obviously when you watch, it's a different ball game.
They needed a reaction tonight. They needed a better performance, and they've done just that in that first half, haven't they?
Definitely. I think the press from the start, you know, getting in their faces, but then in possession, we're comfortable with the ball. We're getting it out wide. I think we can probably go more to the left as well. We're going to Kerry's side a lot, but Kerry's doing really well out here on the right side. But yeah, can we switch the ball a little bit more to maybe hurt them?
And it was always going to be a Jess Fishlock goal to get you back into this tie. What are your thoughts on that goal?
Of course it was. I mean, Haz's through ball was great with Jess's run, keeping her on side, and she's always going to finish the ball there. And yeah, it's a great goal just before half-time.
You've been in that changing room in situations like this. What will the players be saying to each other in there? What will Ian be saying?
I think just keep doing more of the same. I think it's a great first half. They're obviously a good team there, you know, blocking up, back five. We need to keep moving the ball as fast as we can. Don't slow the tempo down, keep the tempo high. And when we lose it, try and win it back within the first 2-3 seconds.
You can see behind us that the players have come out early for the second half. Do they want to look to try and keep that momentum? Because they were doing so well at the end of that second half.
Yeah, I think sometimes half-time comes at the wrong time for them because we were really on top. But I know, obviously, they need a little break. And yeah, I think we need to keep that momentum now going into the second half.
Well, Sophie, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck with the recovery.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Sophie in goal there. I know you've been speaking quite a bit to her during recovery. She's doing well, isn't she?
Yeah, she's doing really well, and she's in a lot better spirits than I think maybe I was. And just looking at her, then I am heartbroken for her, but you know, I'm a little bit more experienced in this sense now to her. But if she needs anything, she knows she's got us all, and we'll have her back before we know it.
Yes, very much looking forward to getting her back in that red shirt. Right then, Wales back on the pitch early. They need another goal, and Fishlock, the headline, is still on that pitch.
I think you're going to have to drag Fishlock off this pitch. This evening. She will play for as long as her body allows her to. And I'm going to pick up on what Sophie said. I think speed of ball play is imperative. We need to continue to drag Slovakia into positions they don't want to be in and pick in the right moment where we can penetrate their defence, because we need another goal.
We do need another goal. Not panic stations yet, but you don't want to go chasing a result here, do you, Nia?
No, because that also changes how you play. You become hasty and you snatch at chances as well. So patience, albeit speed is important, patience with the ball is also important, but they cannot take their foot off the gas here, Wales. All of that energy in the first half has just brought them back to level playing fields. They need to do it again if they want to get a foot up in this match.
Away goals don't count in these playoffs. So at the moment, 2-2. We have extra time and possible penalties. Will they have been practicing those penalties, Elise?
Yeah, they'll be practicing all week. They would have practiced regardless of the result on Friday, and they definitely would have now, hoping to turn the game around today. Obviously, we'd like to do it in 90 minutes, and then if not, in 120. We've obviously not been in a position for a long time that we've had to go to penalties, but the girls will be more than ready, and whoever the 5 are, and then beyond the 5, will, I'm sure, score.
Wales have just been in a little huddle in the middle of that pitch. In a word, can Wales get it done in the next 45 minutes, Katie?
Absolutely, we were on top then, go again.
More than one, but that's fine, Nia?
No.
Yes, they can get it done.
They can get it done, but I think it's going to go to extra time, and then they'll get it done.
Oh, my word, Nia. Elise, positivity, please. Can they get it done?
Obviously.
There we are. Thank goodness for Elise. Back we go to Jane Ludlow and Simon Davis.
Do you know, I think FAW officials should broadcast Jane Ludlow's half-time words with Alex on loudspeaker in this Cardiff City Stadium, full of positivity. You've got me hyped for this second half, I tell you what.
I think Nia needs to come and sit with me after that comment, to be fair.
There is a serious matter to this, of course. It is 2-2, and you quite rightfully said to Alex as well, Jane, this game is not won yet.
No, but it makes it very intriguing, doesn't it? I am hoping now that Wales come out and start as well as they finished that first half. But, how often do we say the game can be very different when the whistle blows again? But let's hope it's not the case, and let's hope we get on the front foot again.
Well, Wales know if they keep a clean sheet, it'll be extra time at least. But there is a game to be won here and a playoff final to reach. It is Rezakova who will get things underway for this second half. The tie is level. Wales know what they need to do. And more goals needed in this second half, and certainly Wales capable of those goals, Jane Ludlow.
Yeah, they are. And now, obviously, you've seen a fantastic goal from Jess Fishlock first half, but there are others on the team who are very capable as well if they put themselves in those positions. And I'd love to see us control possession again, open up those spaces, use that box in midfield, use the people like Rachel Rowe, Jess Fishlock, and obviously Anhara James and Alice Griffiths behind them who are controlling the game. Use those spaces well as we did earlier.
Here's Holland. Great run. Holland! And that's the first chance of the second half. Wales are not messing around.
Good opportunity on the right-hand side again. To be fair, we've been really strong there, haven't we, so far in this game? Obviously, 1v1 situation in the wide area. Holland driving in, gets the opportunity on her left foot. Doesn't quite curl it, does she? It's a little bit of a flat strike.
Well, how Slovakia approach this second half will be equally as fascinating. They know they're up against it here. Morgan got space. Morgan hits it. Went for power rather than placement, I think.
But it's good because it's, we've started the second half as we finished the first. Again, watch the space open up. The back line for Slovakia are all over the place right now, and it's a great thing for Wales. If you looked, ideally you want that back four really flat in those situations. As soon as a centre-back steps out, the space that it creates for the forward. Obviously, our forward needs to recognise that space, but what Fionn Morgan is showing tonight is that she is seeing those spaces and she's timing her movement really well.
Slovakia throw. And of course, the name of the game is to reach that playoff final and to ultimately take a step closer to the 14th edition of the European Championships. Some teams already qualified, among them England, the reigning champions. Wales would love a summer in Switzerland. Flag has stayed down for Morgan. It's Fionn Morgan to put Wales ahead. You can't afford to miss those chances, and Rhian Wilkinson knows it.
I think there's such a thing as too much time, to be fair. She breaks that line superbly well, timing the movement again. Takes it in on her right side, which is her preferred side, and you can just see her looking up at the goalkeeper, looking back down, but just her footing's not quite right, is it? Oh, what a great opportunity for Wales there.
Well, the pace is electric. Fionn Morgan timed her run to perfection, and you could really see that on the replay, Jane. It was the timing of the run that really made that opportunity. As Hayley Ladd helps it on its way out here. Well, Wales have had 2 really good chances. Arguably 3 decent chances, you could argue, in this second half. Woodham. Rowe has made a run. Well timed. Holland in the middle. Rachel Rowe. Here's Woodham. Looking for Fishlock.
Simon, I'll be honest, right? 'Cause coaching's a hard job. So I'm generally backing every coach that I see working. But I'd be amazed if the Slovakian coach right now doesn't drop that line, because we are going to create chance after chance after chance. Look at this, another opportunity, and obviously they've made a good decision. Fionn Morgan found herself offside, but then you have another midfielder come in to join the attack, which is Rachel Rowe. End product's not great, we have to do better there. But if this line stays as high as it is, we're going to have a lot more chances this second half.
With the pace of the likes of Rowe and Morgan. It bodes well so far for Wales. Woodham seen a lot of the ball so far in this second half, but let's give it away to Sanowska. Free kick.
Just see Hayley Ladd here. She gets wrong-footed, and to be fair,
Probably not the worst foul to give away.
No, but the player we see rolling around was fantastic in the first leg, wasn't she? Sanowska. Good goal and good productivity as well around the pitch, and thankfully tonight we haven't necessarily seen that from her.
She took her first goal really well. It's from outside the area. Well, the challenge from Bartikova there has resulted in a Wales throw.
You can see Slovakia's structure now. If you look, they're playing with a back five because they're trying to track our wing backs, and the shape is definitely not working for them. If you look how much space there is on the pitch around their centre mids, they're really struggling to deal with our midfielders.
Holland, lovely cross, and it could have gone anywhere. Almost a corner. Well, Slovakia are not living with Wales at the moment. Here's Ladd, Roberts. As Jane Edlow said, it's been a very high line from Slovakia as it goes out for touch, and on this occasion it was Kerry Holland getting behind. A really good cross too. Here's Evans. Ladd. Gives the space for Roberts to play in towards Morgan. Header didn't reach Rowe. Good header from Evans. And Slovakia have been rattled somewhat by the way that Wales have started this second half.
If you just watch them right now, they're really struggling with the organisation and the movement, and well, firstly the structure of Wales. If you look at their shape and how they're trying to deal with it, there's a lot of space opening up in middle areas of the pitch. And if I was a central midfield player for Slovakia tonight, I wouldn't be too pleased, I'll be honest, because there's lots of 2v1 situations, and we're just seeing down the right-hand side here good delivery from Holland in. Good defending from Slovakia to get rid of the threat there, but again, a good opportunity in the final third for Wales.
Now the Republic of Ireland leading 2-0 in the second leg against Georgia, so they're 8-0 up in their playoff semi-final. So I think it's safe to say that Wales will be playing Republic of Ireland if they can get the job done tonight. They get the job done here as Holland has raced away. And again, we're seeing that high line from Slovakia. Maria Wilkinson with a clear game plan for this second half. For Slovakia, I wonder if they're going to have to change things here, because they've been able to live with Wales.
No, it's a very different level of performance from Slovakia tonight compared to Friday night, isn't it?
Good skill from Woodham. Again, Morgan beats the offside trap. She's got time. tried to find Fishlock in the middle. And the timing of Morgan's runs have been really effective as well.
Yeah, I think the vision from the people on the ball playing those balls has been great. Her timing, you're right, has been really good to make sure she's not straying offside. Look, Wales are in control here, aren't we, in possession? It's just, can we make the magic work in the final third?
That's the big question. Rowe, Holland, it's Kerry Holland! Corner. It was a last-ditch tackle from Wojtkova and a really good interception as well. But it's another chance for Wales.
Just see the space here. Look, Slovakia switching off. Lots of space for Kerry Holland to come and use. Maybe didn't set herself up as well as she would have liked for that right foot strike. But really good defending from Wojtkova as well, which you highlighted. Look, she's put her body on the line there, and pity Holland didn't see that come in so that she could cut inside. But look, corner's a great opportunity for us again.
Wales have to convert these chances. It's Woodham with the corner. Nice delivery from Woodham towards Roberts. Keeper committed herself. Kovichova took a risk there. It's come out to James. And not quite a shot or a cross at the end. There does seem to be some activity on the Slovakian bench, and clearly the coach, Peter Kopin, feels the need to change. And it's the young striker coming off, Irina Rusakova. Hasn't had too many chances on goal, Rusakova. Believe it or not, this was her first cap as a senior international, the 19-year-old, and in her place, Claudia Fabova, who did start the game on Friday night. And just a reminder there, Jane, that Wales have attacking options too.
Yeah, well, for me, you look at how the game is running so far, I'm not surprised we've seen a Slovakia change. Don't expect us to see a Welsh change unless it's forced due to an injury, which we hope doesn't happen, because we're creating good opportunities right now and we're not allowing Slovakia many opportunities either, if any.
Griffiths, lovely ball to Woodham. Has really done the simple things well tonight, Alice Griffiths. Enjoying life at Southampton. Here she is on the ball again. Finds James on a Morgan. Yeah, it's been an accomplished performance, as we mentioned in the first half so far, from Alice Griffiths.
Yeah, she's doing really well, to be fair. Am I right in thinking this is her first senior international start?
It is, and her 11th cap overall. Started at Kincoid Ladies all those years ago. Cardiff Met, and then Charlton Athletic joining the Saints in 2021.
And I'm going to give a shout out to Collega Cmoyd as well, because she was in the performance programme there.
The Morova's cross. Yeah, an easy one that for Olivia Clark. Yeah, proud for you, isn't it, to see players like Alice Griffiths out there, Jane?
Yeah, look, because you know, I've been open about this in the past. One of my dreams, and one of the things we worked very hard to do, was to allow young kids born in Wales an opportunity to play in this shirt of an evening like this. And that is challenging. They're very challenging when you look at the performance systems elsewhere around the world right now for females. We're not quite at the level of others. But you know what? We've managed to do it, and I'm really proud of those girls on the pitch.
Absolutely. Will Ria Wilkinson reap the rewards of those who've come before? Well, as things stand, we're heading for extra time here.
Now, don't say that, Simon.
I don't think the nerves of those here at the Cardiff City Stadium can take that, but there's no doubt that Wales feel that they should be in front, because we have seen really good chances in this second half.
Yeah, and it's a case of, look, get the ball down, let's play, let's keep doing what we're doing, keep opening them up, and let's make sure we finish those chances when we get them.
Griffiths. to Roberts. Here's Ladd. Gemma Evans of Liverpool. Well, it says a lot that every single outfield player now in that Slovakian half. Holland takes on the fullback again, gets in a cross again. It's a beauty. Ooh. All it needed was the finish from Rowe, and she was inches away from providing that.
Qualifier, the goalkeeper, didn't know much about that, to be fair. That bent really awkwardly for her. Unfortunately, there wasn't a red shirt ready to attack it, but that was a really good delivery. We're just watching it again here. It's obviously swinging outwards. It catches the goalkeeper by surprise because you can see she's dropping into a line, not really sure where that's going to finish. Unfortunately, the run from Wales just not in the right place, the right time.
It was Kosakova, I think, just took the brunt of that effort from Rachel Rowe. And Skadova taking the ball out into touch. It's all Wales in this second half. Here's Ladd. Wales have not been ahead in this tie at all over the two legs so far. Lovely play from Fishlock. James. Woodham. He's got real licence to get forward here, Woodham, and indeed Kerry Holland on the other side. But Evans is caught here. Hayley Ladd as composed as ever.
We haven't seen as much of Rachel Rowe and Jess Fishlock for this second half. If you think at the end of the first half, they were running the show, weren't they? The spaces they were opening up, whether they were ending up with the ball or whether they were creating the space for Fionn Morgan. I'd like to see them getting more involved in this play again second half.
Holland, who has certainly been involved. She is giving Skadova a torrid time here. Rowe, Griffiths, warmed by the crowd, and keeps possession nicely. The wide play that you identified in that first half, Jane, Wales using to great effect so far with the likes of Woodham and Holland.
I'd like our centre-backs to hit that switch a bit earlier at times, because I know Hayley Ladd has it in her locker, the ability to do that, and Rhiannon Roberts too.
Here is Roberts. Hopped across herself, not a bad effort. Caught by Konechova. And Slovakia try the quick breakaway, but this is not going to trouble Gemma Evans. And that is what Slovakia have been reduced to in this second half.
To be fair, they look a bit shaken, don't they? They're not. They're a very different outfit in comparison to what we saw in the first game. Now, I think a lot of that is down to how well Wales have played in comparison to the levels they showed on Friday.
Morgan has spotted Holland. Fishlock in there too. Keeper did well. I think the earlier pass is what Holland was looking for from Fionn Morgan.
Yeah, look, we're still creating opportunities, but Slovakia with a little bit of space to use right now in our own half.
Kaliova. There is Bartovakova. Emirova has made a run. Cross. And there was an offside flag anyway. But Olivia Clark had to be on her guard on that near post. And just a little reminder, isn't it, that Wales are not leading this tie and they still have to be defensively resilient.
No, because of all the enthusiasm we have when we're talking about the chances we're creating, it still needs to get on the score sheet, doesn't it? You know, we still need some more goals on there right now, at least one more. So if you are the Slovakia coach, even though I was a little bit critical about the depth of the line, you're kind of going, well, it's evens right now, isn't it?
Griffiths battling for it. And Skadowska. Woodham with a well, Sanovska wrestled to the ground there. We see the tougher side of Lily Woodham there.
Yeah, it's not necessarily something that she's renowned for, to be fair, but Welsh pride and passion, eh?
Oh, it's a slip from Morvikova. It's Griffiths. Fishlock surrounded. Keeps possession. Here's Rachel Rowe. James finds Holland in space. Up against Skudova. James. Quick ball to Rowe. Could still work out for Holland. It's Morgan. Fishlock! Wales are ahead in the tie. No, they aren't. No, they aren't. It's offside. Well, you can hear what the crowd thinks of the flag. And Wales have to wait for their second goal. Not too many complaints from Fishlock, in fairness.
Just watching the build-up here, Rachel Rowe obviously gets, ball into Holland is definitely offside, isn't it, to be fair? But what I would say, that last passage of play, Slovakian defensively looked like they were running in treacle. So if that's a signal of how things are going to go for the next 25 minutes, that's a good thing for Wales, because they were very slow to react in and around their box then.
It would have been referred anyway, I'm sure, had the assistant not given it. And there's a double change here for Slovakia. Redkasova and Morvikova coming on. And it's Patricia Himonova, the Deportivo player, who's been very quiet on her 122nd cap, and Skudova, who has been really troubled on that Slovakia left by the attack, the attacking sense of Kerry Holland.
Yeah, to be fair, I think if you think of the majority of attacks we've had today, they've come down the right-hand side, whether it's combination play or whether it's one of the Welsh players, Holland in particular, taking people on 1v1 situations.
James finds Fishlock. Good first touch. Again, you have to say, Korinčová, more often than not, her decision-making in the Slovakian goal has been very, very impressive.
Yeah, she's doing her job fairly well. There was only the one opportunity, that one delivery, where I think she lost the ball a little bit, but Wales couldn't capitalise on it. No, she's doing very well behind the back line, which is struggling, to be fair. Against these Wales attacks, they are struggling decision-making and organisation, but Wales aren't making the most of it yet this second half.
Wooden, Evans, and Harry James, the Wales captain.
Yeah, you kind of see the structure now from the Slovakia perspective. It's pretty much a back five, a midfield three and a two, and you can see the midfielders jumping out to try and deal with our centre-backs who are building up, but when they do that, it just opens up so much space for us to play through them.
Holland watched closely this time. Here's Rowe. A support. Griffiths, ball over the top, over the head of Fishlock and out into touch.
You can just see Alice Griffiths holding her hand up. She knows that wasn't a great delivery. I think if we had a deep runner coming in on that was a great flat delivery to attack, but not quite if you look at Jess Fishlock's position. A floated delivery might have helped her more.
Well, how long before Rhian Wilkinson opts to look at her bench? Our attacking players on. Those who can get you a goal. Back in the day, at this type of game, Jane, you would say you'd bring on someone like Helen Ward who could give you a goal.
Yeah, and look, we have Kayleigh Barton, who's on the bench, who, you know, for many, many years has been the goal scorer for Wales and the one who's led the line. So she's definitely an option for them to consider if we need some goals, which we do right now.
Holland. Roberts fires it at Kerry Holland. I don't think she meant that. And Ladd has to track back here, and that's good tracking back, even better tracking back from Kerry Holland. Roberts.
Just look at the space that's opening up for Fionn Morgan there. Do you know what? You can see it from up here. Simon.
Fishlock's in! Fishlock's in! And Fishlock scores, but it's another flag. Oh, it won't count again. Well, this second goal is never going to come at this rate. Another flag denies Wales.
I was admiring that they saw the pass. There was, look, she's offside. We can't say anything against that, unfortunately. But if you look at the pass before, the amount of space that Fionn Morgan, our centre forward, has managed to find because of how Slovakia are defending, and that's not a one-off. That space is opening up all the time when Wales have possession around the halfway line. It's just, can we get that product? Can we get that final pass? And can we obviously stay on side and get the timing right? But the signs are good. It's just, decision making and timing around that final third.
Well, I'd love to say the goal will come, but time is ticking away. 20 minutes of the 90 to go, and Wales have done everything but score.
Yeah, look, as soon as our wide centre-backs get on the ball, so we have Rhiannon Roberts here, have a look at the midfield for Slovakia. One goes out wide and one stays the other half of the pitch. So the amount of space that opens up that ball side is just immense. But I want Wales to use it better right now. I'm not being critical of them, but they can see those pictures. We can use that better and we can create far more opportunities now. There's still, 20-odd minutes in this game? I expect us to get another goal.
Woodham. Wales piling players forward here. James's pass not quite on point. And Morvikova had made the run. Good interception from Gemma Evans. Griffiths. Again, options. Woodham among them. Can she keep it in? Has to work hard here. It's kept it in play. I think that will be a Slovakia throw. Yeah, it came off Gemma Evans. How long before Rian Wilkinson and her coaching staff? You could see John Gray as well to her right there, clearly in discussion about those forward positions. One would suggest that Kayleigh Barton could be an option off the bench here. We know what she brings.
Yeah, and there's also young talent. Not that Kayleigh's not young. She'll be annoyed that I've gone, there's also young talent after we've spoken about Kayleigh. But no, look, she'd be the obvious choice right now because she's led the line for Wales for so many years. But there's some young, exciting talent and prospects as well that could come in and impact this game for us.
Ladd. Evans. Slovakia have made it much more compact in those defensive areas for Wales here. They've given the ball away, but Ladd wins it back. Rachel Rowe. Early ball into the box towards Fishlock.
Difficult ones for Jess Fishlock, those. In other types of balls. Look, Jess is a little bit smaller than the majority of that back line out there. She'll compete, but it's not necessarily the balls that she's going to want.
Ball in towards Morgan. Could fall to Rowe. Wales really pushing Slovakia back now. It's just that second goal that's eluded them. Evans. Woodham. Fishlock on the turn. The ball through the middle for Fabova. Runs to Olivia Clark. Griffiths. In towards Rowe.
There's a little bit of activity on the Slovakia bench, so we might see some changes from them now. It'll be really interesting to see what they're thinking. Because look, for all the good things we're saying right now and the possession we have,
just got to make it pay.
Yeah.
That's the message from the bench. Here's Rowe. Decent ball. Oh, Fishlock! Inches away again.
Just see a bit of space and opening up, and Rachel Rowe doing really well, really strong there under the challenge, and puts the ball with a lot of pace across the front of the goal, and it's inches away, isn't it, with Jess Fishlock managing to, I think it might have actually gone under her leg. It's really close. Good opportunity again.
She is living every kick, Rian Wilkinson. And you know how she feels, Jane, on that sideline.
Sorry, Simon. I love being up here with you, Simon. It's a very different feeling.
Well, you're certainly the first person to have said that.
No, look, it is very different. I enjoyed my time immensely, being given the responsibility to lead the team.
But you can prepare all you want. Sometimes you feel out of control, don't you, when you're on that touchline?
Very
That's what
much.
I mean.
Once that whistle goes, it's a case of, right, girls, go and do the business.
Done the business so far. Fishlock on the turn.
To be fair to the girls, the majority of the times when the pressure's been on, they have turned up and done the business. And I'm expecting them to do the same in the next 16, 17 minutes here. So, look, if we go to extra time, I'd like to think that those in red have a bit more about them to be able to finish it in extra time. But I'd really like for the team and obviously the fans for us to do this in the next 17 minutes, hopefully.
Evans. Time is ticking away and time is running out. Are we heading for extra time? Roberts. Ladd. James under pressure here, and it's just those odd passes that are going astray. Woodham's gone down here and seems in some discomfort. Rhian Wilkinson not happy about it. Well, she's back on her feet, but it was a late challenge, no doubt.
Yeah, a little bit late. Hopefully she'll jump up and she'll be okay, and she is. But look, to be fair to Slovakia, they've dug in, haven't they? They're working hard on the pitch. They seem to have got to grips with this new organisation that they're trying to deal with, obviously the spaces and covering the spaces that have caused them problems. The last 10 minutes, they seem to be getting a little bit stronger in that shape and organisation.
Well, Slovakia preparing to make changes, but Wales with the free kick. Holland towards that back post. Griffiths. Rowe in support. Room to manoeuvre here past Robertova. Trying to win the corner kick. Griffiths may have to settle for a throw, and instead, in fact, she's given away the throw. Comes to nothing. Well, the Slovakian bench and their coach Peter Koppen not adverse to making changes, and Martina Sanovska, who impressed so much in the first leg, Jane, hasn't quite hit the same marks this evening, but she's coming off.
Oh, to be fair, if I just switched on and saw this and I'd watched Friday's game, I'd be really surprised to see that substitution. But to be fair, she hasn't had the same impact as she in this game. She's had to do a lot of defending, and I think when you think back to Friday, she had a lot of the ball and she was very creative and scored a great goal. Obviously, you could see the disappointment on her face, but the coach is thinking, look, he's looking at this. They need to make changes. They need fresh legs on because Wales have had a lot of possession.
And they've replaced the other goal scorer from Friday night as well, Mikalayova. So Panakova and Fischerova are on. We're still awaiting the first change from Wales, if it is going to come at all. Rhian Wilkinson can be too despondent about what her team has done in this second half, aside from not finding the back of the net, and that is the key thing, obviously, but it's been a much better performance.
I think it's more a performance that people were expecting when this draw was made. When you think about the success or lack of it that both teams have had in the last couple of years, I think a lot of people would have assumed the Wales would have cruised these two games, to be fair, but that hasn't been the case, and we've had to work for this.
Rowe over the top for Morgan to chase. Kolinchova does well. Well, if nothing else, then Wales know that a simple ball over the top is going to release the pace of Ffion Morgan.
There's nothing wrong with the ball over the top, Simon. Route 1 works. If you look at this right now in the structure and organisation of Slovakia, can't quite see it on the picture frame, but if it opens up, you'll see the space that's available behind that back line.
As long as that ball is accurate, absolutely nothing wrong at all with it if they can get Morgan into play that way. Gone for Holland in that regard, and Holland's free. got room to put the ball in towards Morgan and Fishlock.
It's a really good clip if we get to re-see that pattern of play, because it shows where Slovakia are going a little bit wrong. They've got some of their backline stepping forward when balls are played like that, and some dropping off.
Great run this from Holland. Still going, still going, still going. Corner kick. Mazy run from Kerry Holland.
She's been impactful, obviously playing a slightly different position today than what we've seen her play in the past. Playing as a wing back on the right-hand side, but she's been really impactful, taking people on. You can see she's driven at 3 or 4 players there and done really well to get a corner for Wales.
12 minutes until that 90 is up. And potentially extra time after that. Unless Wales can find a goal. And find a winner. Woodham tried that near post delivery towards Fishlock. Beat the first player. Morgan in a deep position now. Header from Griffiths. Fishlock. Holland. Messy stuff this from Slovakia, but they've done enough to get it away, and they may have numbers here. Wales desperate to track back. Good tackle from Gemma Evans. It's still with Martikova and Hayley Ladd stepping forward as well.
On the odd occasion, Slovakia have actually broken into our half in this game. Defensively, we've done really well to cover that threat. You can only really see one result right now, but as we all know, football doesn't necessarily work that way. And we do have to make sure the backline keeps switched on and aware of those counter-attack opportunities.
What a crucial 10 minutes then in this tie. Of course, over the course of half an hour of extra time, you'd still fancy Wales, wouldn't you, in terms of fitness, in terms of overall quality that they've shown so far this evening?
The only thing that's missing, Simon, is the product in the final third right now. Everything else, the control possession, the game plan and how we're trying to open them up, the spaces have opened up, we've got into and around the box, just haven't got that final product.
And we're hearing some activity on the Welsh bench, and potentially Mary McAteer may be coming on. 20-year-old has already scored for Wales, of course. Here's Holland. The tackle from Wojtkova. He's done that well when called upon so far this evening. It's her 131st cap for her country. Well, Kayleigh Barton warming up as well. And a free kick to Wales. Will they make the changes before the free kick, I wonder? Well, clearly, Rhian Wilkinson feels the need for reinforcements, because players like Holland have supplied the ammunition, no doubt about it. And here come the big guns.
It's interesting looking at both of them, obviously very different generations, but good to see as well.
Before Wales make these changes, it's going to be a Woodham free kick. Lily Woodham towards that back post, looking for Roberts. Morgan. It's a cushion header, but not to a Wales player. James brings it down. Here's Rowe. Oh, James has given it away, and the break is on. It's Morvakova. Rushed into that shot in the end, and you could see Olivia Clark isn't happy. And it came from a Welsh mistake, an uncharacteristic mistake from Ann-Harriet James.
Yeah, just making some poor decisions in possession. They swarmed Slovakia, to be fair, and as a Welsh person I was really glad to see her take this on when she did. But what an opportunity for Slovakia, to be fair. She had a few players supporting her as well if she was aware of it, but luckily for Wales she wasn't, and Wales have got away with one there.
Kayleigh Barton, among those waiting to come on, has scored 4 goals in this qualifying campaign. Ball up towards Rachel Rowe on the turn. That's got to be a foul, surely. Matikova with a clumsy tackle, and that will prompt the double change. What do you make of this, Jane Ludlow?
Yeah, look, Kayleigh Barton's an obvious one. Playing as a centre forward for this Welsh national team for many, many years now. Obviously, I think Fionn Morgan, Rachel Rowe put in one heck of a shift for the team. They worked really hard, really impactful. Would have loved Fionn Morgan to get another goal, to be fair, with the opportunities, but good performances from both of them. Mary McAteer, obviously at the other end to Kayleigh Barton, a youngster coming through, being around WSL Academy systems, you know, gone outside of Wales, challenged herself. And is technically gifted and can see spaces very well. So this could be interesting. Hopefully she'll have a good impact now for the last 7 minutes of this half.
Evans looking for Barton. Holland joining her in the box. Fishlock losing her footing. And Hayley Ladd. So, a throw in for Bartakova. And it's gone out for a Wales goal kick. Time is running out here, and Slovakia, their intention would have been to keep things tight here. They haven't managed to keep a clean sheet, and that is the reason that we are heading for extra time, if it stays like this, of course. Barton. Crunching tackle from McAteer. Ball back with Rhiannon Roberts. No room for mistakes now, as Olivia Clark opts for safety first. Well, I wonder what the message will be for extra time, whether Rhea Wilkinson thinks ahead to penalties beyond that. Maybe get the game won in extra time. They're certainly capable of doing that, Wales, or get the game won in the 90. Bartakova. Tackle from Lily Woodham.
One thing I'm surprised by is to still see Jess Fishlock on the pitch. 86 minutes into the game, knowing the last 6 weeks for her. Obviously, she's been recovering from an injury. I'm a little bit surprised to still see her on the pitch. I can understand why she's still on the pitch, but yeah, I thought she might have come off a little bit earlier to protect her.
Do you think Rhea Wilkinson is thinking about penalties, or is it too early for that? Do you have it in the back of your mind as a coach?
Oh, they'll already know. You know, if people are fit and still on the pitch, they'll already know who their preference would be with regards to penalty taking. The challenge comes from a coach perspective. If those people who are planned to take it for some reason, confidence-wise or how they've played in the game, turn around and say they don't want to take one. You know, as a coach, then the last thing you want to do is force a player to put themselves in that position.
Novikova dealt with by Evans. Olivia Clark has been very quiet in this second half. Those penalties would be relished, I'm sure, by that man, Craig Bellamy, in terms of taking them anyway. I don't think he would like everyone else to see, he'd like to see Wales get it done in the 90 minutes here, but push on the back of Fishlock, free kick.
A bit of an obvious one, that one, to be fair.
And it's a chance for Wales to threaten that Slovakian penalty area again.
There's not much to say about that one, is there? Fair, she didn't fancy a turn and run from Jess Fishlock, I don't think.
They've gone short, Wales. It's Ladd. McAteer as well on the turn. Holland. The turn pass is reached, and Harry James. Holland. McAteer. Free kick. In a decent position as well, Jane. She's brought a lot of energy, the youngster, since coming off the bench, Mary McAteer.
Yeah, and she picks up pocket of space really well. She does well to protect the ball. First touch, obviously, takes it away from the defender, and the defender has to clear her out. She wrong foots the defender really well there. Nice
Woodham again.
Nice to get a goal now, Simon.
Well, it would raise the roof of this place and send those young fans, and all Wales fans, home happy. Have Wales got it in them to find a winner? Woodham. Poor delivery in the end, and it's got out for a goal kick.
Lily Woodham, the wand of the left foot, and she does have a wand, to be fair. That's disappointing, and she'll allow me to say that because I know how good she can be with that left foot. It's a disappointing one. Just see Rhiannon Roberts making the run around the back, looking to obviously make the contact on the slightly overhit delivery, but way far too overhit.
Is extra time inevitable here? There will be some added time, I'm sure. Too many stoppages. There have been a lot of subs made by Slovakia. Rhea Wilkinson to keep the tempo going here. Evans back to Clark, and we're 30 seconds away from the 90 here, Jane. It does seem as though we're heading for extra time.
If we do go to extra time, I think Slovakia will be happier than us.
Fishlock, she managed to remain onside. Good reading of the game again from Kodichova. Of course, the question about Fishlock's overall fitness into extra time will be raised as well. Hasn't had an awful lot of game time since September. Had that game on Friday coming off the bench. An extra 2 minutes to be added on. Is there time for Wales to win this tie?
No, but look, just jumping on what you said about Jess Fishlock, she is the ultimate professional. She looks after her body very, very well. But yeah, I'm sure she'll make it known if she can't continue for any reason.
Holland tries it. She had Horvatova beaten. It just sat up for her. And that may be the last chance of the 90 minutes.
Well, to be honest, that might typify the game for us. Those of you who've watched the whole game with us tonight, because we've created some good opportunities. This is another one, but it's just that final detail in the box. Decision making, what am I going to do in that position? I just get in that strike right and getting her on target. Obviously, I shouldn't be too critical about Holland because she's had a very, very good game. She's created a lot of opportunities for her teammates, but wouldn't she have loved that one to hit the back of the net, like all of us?
Slovakia with Morvakova. Fabova's waiting in the middle. And Ladd up towards Kaylee Barton. Just couldn't bring it down on her chest. Just been that final bit for Wales, that final third, as you mentioned, Jane.
Yeah, because to be fair to Slovakia, they've adjusted defensively, okay? They've got a back four that the deeper they go animates into a back five. Their centre mids understand that, so one or the other is dropping in to make the back line whenever they need to. So organisationally, you can see they're very well drilled. But it's not that we haven't created the chances. We've created the spaces, we've opened up those opportunities to get the goals. It's just finishing. When that, and you know, if you look at the likes of Jess Fishlock, the reason that she's held in such high regard is because every single time tonight Jess Fishlock has had an opportunity in that box, it's been on target.
And that is the end of the 90 minutes. We are heading for extra time. Wales did everything but score in that second half. Fishlock found the net twice, but was twice ruled out by the assistant referee. Wales are going to have to do this the hard way. They lead 1-0 on the night. It's 2-2 overall. We're heading for extra time.
We are indeed heading for extra time, but it could have been so different. Jess Fishlock, she came so close to getting a second goal. Offside twice. And the third one, could she have done better, I wonder. But we are in the position where Wales have to go for another bite at Oh my word. They've done everything right in that second half, haven't they, Katie? It's just scoring that second goal.
It's just being clinical, and just sometimes you need a little bit of luck, things to go your way, and it's those small margins that we talk about, those 2 offside decisions. But this is where you want your leaders to emerge now. You need to have that experience. Fatigue is going to set in. You don't want to be that player to make the mistake. The mistakes are really high. We don't do things the easy way, do we?
No, we don't. It's not meant to be easy being a Welsh football fan, is it? Will they be frustrated because so many chances, they just didn't have that quality in the final third?
No, they will be really frustrated because they created the chances to win the match, and they did come out exactly how Rhian Wilkinson would have wanted them to. I think fine margins, Katie put it perfectly, you know, half a yard for those both disallowed goals and they're onside. But if Jess Fishlock was 5'3" instead of 5'2", she'd have also got one of her studs on the end of that one. But they've got to let that now fuel them instead of frustrating them for this next half an hour. Because if you look at the club list next to these Welsh players' names, you've got Man United, you've got Liverpool, you've got Seattle. They're all in full-time, professional, extremely good environment. So that conditioning should now pay off in this next 30 minutes.
And we've been here before, haven't we? Extra time, Switzerland in a World Cup qualifier, a playoff 2 years ago. Wales lost that one in extra time. That will hurt, that baggage. They can't carry on that onto the pitch now.
Yeah, and in that camp we was unfortunate because we went to extra time against Bosnia in a couple of days before. So we're lucky that obviously we didn't have 120 minutes on Friday to get through. The girls have just got to put that behind them. They've got 30 minutes to play. And like we said, maybe if Jess was a bit more match fit, she maybe have stayed on side for the other 2 goals. But you know what, she's got through 90 minutes and she's going to get through a lot more because of that Welsh shirt that she's wearing.
They're fueling up now, gels, all sorts, water. How much is conditioning going to be all important here now, Nia?
It's massive because it's not just the physical side of things. When you're tired, your mind starts to wander. You start to second guess your touch. You start to get distracted by other things. You start to focus on external things like refereeing decisions or something that the opponent's doing to you just purely because you're fatigued. So that focus now, getting the gels on board, getting the energy drinks on board is going to be imperative. But Katie, you were just saying to me on the way here, she's been a part of an extra time in the FA Cup final. What was it like? What were you saying?
You're trying to manage your fatigue, but you're trying to manage your emotions as well, because especially for Wales who's been in the game, it's a case of how long can Slovakia hold on, because it's all Wales, they're dominating the game. Continue doing the right things, but yeah, it's managing that emotions. It's the tricky side.
You talk about managing emotions. Jess Fishlock, not only has she played 90 minutes, it looks like she is staying on. Is that the right decision when we also have to think about penalties, possibly?
Yeah, we've got enough technically great players to put away a penalty. Jess will obviously be one of them, and she really takes on the pressure well. She takes the whole nation on her shoulders when it comes to playing these type of games, and that's why she'll stay on for extra time, and if she has a penalty to take, she'll take one of them as well.
It's a case of now or never. I know they don't want to talk about retirement in press conferences and stuff, but what are you saving her for? Empty it all out onto the pitch. I mean, she does that anyway, but there is no tomorrow. There is no next game if they don't score and they don't get through those penalties. So keep her on until she can't run anymore.
Extra time. This is huge. Back we go to Jane Ludlow and Simon Davis.
Thank you, Katrin. And during that break there has been a change for Wales. Josie Green has come onto the field in place of Lily Woodham. What's Jane Ludlow's opinion on that as the ball goes out here? Yeah, it's not quite a like-for-like change, but Josie Green, it seems, is playing in a kind of right wing-back position now.
Yeah, to be fair, when she first came onto the pitch, I thought she was going to swap with Rhiannon Roberts, who has played as a wing-back numerous times for Wales, but they've decided to keep the back three stable. Rhiannon Roberts still playing as the right-side centre-back, and here we see Josie Green making that break now a bit higher up the pitch.
To make an immediate impact. Fisher-Over, playing it out into touch. Fitness plays a part. Fatigue levels. Wales have been in this position before, as Katrin was saying. You all remember that famous night against Bosnia when Jess Fishlock scored that wonderful goal to put Wales through to a playoff final then. Here is Roberts. Yeah, a moment of brilliance can be the difference, and that's what Wales will be hoping for in this extra time period. Ball forward to Barton. Trying to link up with Green. Roberts wins it back. Alice Griffiths gets in there, but there's an overlap here. And the attempted ball to Retkasova didn't quite work out. Well, we see Kerry Holland there run her socks off in the 90 minutes. And I think there's no lack of effort, certainly, that Rhian Wilkinson can look to. Just that quality needed now. Fabova. Evans conceding the throw. How does Slovakia approach this? As we've seen them in the second half, they didn't really provide much going forward. I wonder if they'd be happy if it goes to penalties.
The middle part of the game was a challenge for them, wasn't it? You know, the latter part of the first half and first part of the second half, there were so many opportunities the Wales created, but they've ridden the storm. So if you're on their bench right now, in the situation we are, you're going to be pretty pleased, I'd imagine. Obviously, you won't be pleased that they haven't created many goal-scoring opportunities, but they've kept Wales out. It's not necessarily about the amount of chances the opposition have created, it's the amount of goals that they managed to get on the score sheet.
Wojtakova to take this corner kick for Slovakia. This would be a sucker punch. It's an in-swinger. An important header. I think Fishlock was involved there with the clearance as it comes back in from Wojtakova, and that back post clearance from Kerry Holland was vital. And I think she's taken a whack on the head for her efforts there.
Yeah, good in-swinging delivery here, but Wales done well to win the first challenge. Obviously, they cleared back out to the wide area, and it was a good delivery back in towards the back post. And Kerry Holland there had to make first contact, didn't she? Because there was a blue shirt encroaching very quickly.
Bakatia. James to Roberts. Looking for Green. Good control from Josie Green. Just the Palace player has given it away, and it's Panikova. Panikova tries the shots. Never really troubling Olivia Clark.
No, doesn't trouble the goalkeeper, but we're, 4 minutes into the 5th minute of extra time, and I think Slovakia have had more chances in this 5-minute spell than the whole game.
Yeah, his tiredness a factor here as the ball goes to Kayleigh Barton. He's kept the ball in well and is on the march. Fischerova in a real battle with her and wins the free kick.
To be fair, I think Fischerova, since she's come in and joined the game, has done really well defensively. She's won those 1v1 battles more often than not.
Just wonder who your 5 would be. If you have to think of a penalty lineup, it's... we do hope that Wales will win it in extra time, but clearly penalties have been practiced. I think they have. As Fishlock tries to get hold of the loose ball, Evans with a header.
Takes me back to my playing days when you put those thoughts out. Always used to put myself up first for Vic Akers and be like, lads, go sit down. I only ever missed one. It was a League Cup final and I hit I think it was a mix of the crossbar and the post, but never again. It's like, boss, I'm happy to take this. And it was a case of, yeah, but I'm not happy for you to go up and take it.
Do you know, I think that's what Rhian Wilkinson wants, though. Players putting their hand up, showing confidence. Okay, Barton there in the thick of the action, actually winning the throw. Could have gone the other way.
To be fair to Kayleigh, look, she started life as a footballer, as a centre-back. And took on the challenge to transform into a centre forward, but she doesn't lose that defensive ability that she's always had.
Also, Northern Ireland against Croatia has gone to extra time as well, so the only drama for the home nations this evening here at Cardiff. Quickly taken free kick from Olivia Clark, although the referee may want it taken from the right spot here. Taylor Ladd anyway. Here is Roberts. The tempo was dropped. Wales really looked like winning this game in the second half, but is there a moment of, is there a spark, is there a moment of brilliance to send Wales through? More often than not, you look at that player Fishlock for that. Here's James, Barton. Rights the tackle. James, the pass to Josie Green, or was it to Fishlock? Well, either it didn't work out. Does there need to be more urgency from Wales in this extra time?
Yeah, I think we'd like to see a little bit more. We'd like to see them moving the ball a little bit quicker and opening up those spaces that we saw more of earlier in the game. But I think credit goes to Slovakia. They've dealt with the threat. They've reorganised their structure. As the game's gone on from a second half perspective and into extra time, they're dealing with this structure far better.
Fishlock goes it alone. Holland had made the run and I think was expecting the pass.
I was thinking when we got near the end of the second half, would Wales change structure? Would we look to change our organisation, open up some different spaces? Because, as I've just said, the momentum has swung a little bit. Whereas we were opening up the midfield areas with ease for the majority of the second half. That's not necessarily the case now. The opposition are dealing with it, they've figured it out. They're blocking those spaces far better than they did earlier in the game. So from a Wales perspective, do we change? Do we go to a back four? Do we change how our midfield are operating together?
Handball. And a free kick which wants to be taken quickly by Novakova, pushing Griffiths out the way.
Just see Rhiannon Roberts here obviously getting in the way. Your arm is a little bit high, getting the block there.
Just get that feeling tonight that Wales have made hard work of it, and of course it's could still swing the other way. Those 2 goals out in Slovakia have so far proved to be costly. Wojtakova. Roberts' clearance is not the best. It's a looping one towards Fabova. Important header from Hayley Ladd. Crucial header from Hayley Ladd.
Yeah, Hayley Ladd does well there, 'cause I'm not sure if she realised there was pressure coming on her back. Probably good communication from Liv Clark in the goal as well, but we're seeing here we win the first contact, not a great clearance, goes out wide. Delivery's a bit more hopeful than anything else, and Hayley Ladd has to deal with that, with the pressure coming onto her.
You can see Fabova, the closest player there to Olivia Clark in that Wales 6-yard area. It's another in-swinger. Clark goes for it, good catch, confident catch, and just look for the quick breakaway. It does at least take the pressure off Wales there. Roberts looking for Fishlock, who is out on her feet there.
Yeah, it's asking a lot of Jess to try and get into those spaces, you know, 30-yard runs there to try and race the defender. That's not what we should be looking for right now in trying to exploit the spaces that Jess Fishlock picks up. It's more in the central areas and use her head more than her physical ability right now, and the spaces that she's picking out. Can we see those spaces? Can we time those balls into her? Because she's still managing to create those spaces for herself.
Not so much space for Josie Green here. Roberts to take the throw. Novakova showed good physicality. Griffiths. What space here? Barton in front of her. Still Griffiths. Wanted the return pass. She was looking for the 1-2, wasn't she?
Sorry, Simon, I joined in because I've seen Alice Griffiths as a youngster push that onto her right foot and smash it into the back of the net.
Fabova's free. And waiting in the middle is Novakova. Good play, Hayley Ladd. It's the personification of calmness under pressure. Look at that.
Yeah, the game is easy for Hayley, and how technically gifted she is and how she sees pictures very early, and that's just another example of it.
That is unbelievably composed given the situation and the importance of this game. A tremendously intelligent footballer.
Ideally though, we'd have 2 of her, one playing in the back line and one playing slightly further forward in midfield.
Well, there's one on the sideline in Sophie Ingle, unfortunately, as Holland goes in towards Fishlock. Tried the glancing header, could still be there for Wales. Griffiths. Well, Wales really have pushed hard in this tie. You can see fatigue perhaps playing a part here.
Yeah, it's very scrappy. This 10 minutes into extra time is scrappy. We're seeing Kerry Holland deliver in, obviously, in-swinger. Trying to aim for Jess Fishlock. It might have been Mary McAteer, to be fair, but not quite hit with enough power to reach Mary McAteer.
Orvatova with the throw. This her 70th cap. Ladd. Chased down by Fabova, but Evans has got room to manoeuvre here. Holland to her left. Up against Spotakova. It's done well again, Holland. Not a bad delivery again. Fishlock! Oh, we thought that was the moment, and she's provided so many over the years.
Kerry Holland again delivering the in-swinger here. It's obviously cleared on the first phase, and Jess with a good opportunity. Not an easy opportunity, to be fair, but we've seen her hit those sweetly before. But tonight, not, unfortunately.
Scored that crucial goal in the first half. Did find the net twice in the second half, but both were clearly offside. But again, it just underlines the importance of Jess Fishlock to this Wales team. And you would assume that she would be one of the penalty takers. Hayley Barton scored a few penalties in the qualifying campaign. You'd expect her to put a hand up. Hayley Ladd, perhaps, as we talk about that composure and that calmness, maybe a level head in front of goal.
But to be honest, I don't think we ever went to penalties back in the day. So I'm looking around the squad right now, and obviously you naturally go to the more, I guess the players were more renowned for their technical ability than anything else. You think they would step up?
Is there time for a goal in extra time? Well, Kelly Barton was just in two minds there. I think she was glancing over at the flag. Whether she was a yard off or not.
Yeah, penalties aren't just about technical ability. They're about the people who can stand up there under pressure and get the final product.
There's so much pressure, isn't it? In front of a home crowd, that is one advantage. Here is Josie Green. Well, Wales don't have much more in the tank, you feel. They have given a lot this evening. They've had to overcome a one-goal deficit. They've done that. It's just that next step. Holland, well, if anyone is to provide a spark, Kerry Holland has been the one who most likely looks like it.
Yeah, I don't disagree. When you look at how this game has gone so far, she's created a lot of opportunities for her teammates, to be fair. Been in a couple of situations where I'm sure she would have liked to have a better end product herself and could have had a goal.
There is so much at stake. That dream of Euro 2025 is what it's all about. Slovakia, like Wales, have never reached a major tournament. They would love to take a step closer too. Quickly taken throw from Wales. The clearance means it's, well, there won't be time for another throw-in. It's half-time of extra time. There is so much to play for, and Wales are out on their feet at the moment. Do they have that extra edge? Do they have that extra something to get across the line? It's half-time in extra time. Wales still leading 1-0 on the night. It is still level at 2-2.
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? Has Wales got anything, something left in the tank? They have dominated now 105 minutes, but they just can't get that second goal that they need this evening. Nia, how frustrated do you think those players are now out on that pitch?
To be honest, I'm actually looking at the body language, and we're in a great position pitchside, Kat, where we can hear some of the conversations. And the leaders that Katie spoke about just before this 15 minutes are really standing up. I can hear Jess Fishlock, I can hear Anghara James. All of they're saying is positive things. They're saying, keep going, it's going to come, keep doing the right things. And that's exactly what Rian is shouting on as well. So actually, I don't feel like they're as frustrated as I thought they might be. I think they can still fully believe they can get this done in the next 15.
Katie, what do you think we're going to see in the next 15? Because does the mentality shift? You want to win it, but you don't want to lose it either. That would be heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's about managing that risk, isn't it, as well as going after the game. You want to dig deep and you want to still keep doing the same things that you've been doing all game. Slovakia is still playing with a very high line. There's so much space in behind to exploit. But at the moment we're playing defeat. We've gone away from what we've been doing. That's due to fatigue, due to that decision making. But I think Wales are on top here. Slovakia look dead on their feet.
We're hearing that Hannah Kane is coming on for Alice Griffiths. Hannah Kane, of course, coming back from an ACL injury. Could she be the difference on the night?
Yeah, obviously they're bringing on more attacking players now, so it's a positive change from Rian, who wants to now just go and get the goal instead of taking it to penalties. We're just looking over on the pitch now, and a few Slovakian players are getting a bit of treatment, a few are hitting the floor. The Wales side still look positive, but like Katie said, we've got to keep the concentration, and that's massive. But we're not out of this. There's still 15 minutes to go, and I'd back Wales over Slovakia to get the next goal. I think Slovakia will be happy with the penalties, but hopefully we can get a goal before then.
I know you're not going to bed anytime soon. Stay with us. Another huge 15 minutes coming up. Jane, Simon, you okay?
We will be if Wales can find a goal.
Well, I'm definitely not going to bed soon. I've eaten a whole pack of sweets and about 4 coffees with the length of this game so far. But it's all worth it.
I think you need something stronger, Jane. Well, if it's to be penalties, then so be it. But Wales have still got time to win it in extra time. Here's Holland, who was impressed in extra time. Barton, no one on the end of that loose ball. Yeah, Hannah Kane on for Alice Griffiths, by the way. And a player who has suffered her own injury issues over the years, Hannah Kane. Great to see her out there. And brings great sort of attacking, forward-thinking play with her as well. And that freshness, hopefully, that could be an extra thing for Wales.
Yeah, and what we can see now is Jess Fishlock's just playing a little bit deeper alongside Anhara James. So I'm sure Wales are hoping to get Jess on the ball a little bit more, to pull the strings, to see those spaces opening up for the players in front of her.
Fishlock has spotted the run of Kane. And the flag stayed down as well.
Love it when those things happen. You know, it's like I'm a mind reader. I can see the future.
And it was a peach of a ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, and look, that's why they've moved her back. They could be protecting her a little bit physically because she don't want to be doing those 30-40 yard sprints against the defender right now. But let's use her head, let's use her vision, let's use her ability to bring others into the game.
Kaylee Barton heading towards that penalty area with intention. Here's Holland. Just went wide, and I think you can give her that, given the quality of crosses that she's put in, especially during this second half and extra time period.
Yeah, I agree. That's a tired player for us right now, but she's had a superb game.
We were observing the technical area during that break when we handed over the catch in there. The Slovakian players all down on the floor, Wales on their feet. I wonder if that was a psychological edge that they're trying to get over their opponents. Not out on their feet, as Katie was saying, Slovakia. And this is where big characters come into play. We saw Jess Fishlock barking orders at her teammates. Sort of a captain in all but name, Jess Fishlock at times. As Holland tries to help the ball on its way to Kaylee Barton.
Well, Wales are pretty much playing with the front 5 right now. So we are trying to create more chances. It's whether we can hit those players and put them in the right space at the right time. I think the last half hour has been a little bit frustrating in comparison to the rest of the game because we were creating chances with ease, weren't we, through the middle section of the game tonight. Granted, not taking those chances when they arose. But no, the momentum has shifted a little bit in extra time.
The tempo of the game has dropped considerably. Northern Ireland have scored in extra time in Croatia and are looking to be heading to a playoff final. Can Wales follow suit? Here's Ladd. Evans. One last effort needed. That was a tired pass. Ball into the middle. And Harry James just denying Panikova there. Makatia runs straight into Horvatova. Well, Slovakia now with a spring in their step. Fabova. Horvatova. It's Fabova against Roberts. To watch it here. Got the cross in. Ladd there to collect. And Wales look exhausted. It's been an intense evening, and there's more to come. Do not adjust your sets. It stays like this. We're heading for penalty kicks. And of course, you can practice penalties. I know people say it's a lottery to an extent, but you want your confident, technically gifted players from 12 yards, don't you, Jane?
Yeah, and hopefully people who still have a bit of energy left in their legs.
Holland has got enough energy to put in that cross to Makatia. I think everyone looks tired out there now.
Well, we've said this a lot tonight. Delivery from Holland, whether it's in-swingers, out-swingers, obviously she's flipped sides of the pitch. She's done well in those 1v1 battles. She's put balls into the box, but it just hasn't been of the right quality with regards to the next phase, whether that's a shot or whether that's a combination within the box.
Kane trying to find Barton, takes a touch. Kaylee Barton wrestling for it and has given away the free kick. There may have even been a hand in that passage of play. The crowd not happy, but the referee was well placed.
To be fair, we haven't spoken much about the referee tonight. I think she's had a very good game. She's picked things up early.
Makatia.
I don't think we can argue too much about that.
Fishlock trying to find Barton. Well, if anyone can, Jess can. Seems to have been the motto in recent campaigns. Panikova. Great tackle from Gemma Evans at a crucial time.
A good tackle and then good play afterwards when the pressure was coming onto her from another Slovakian player here. She times it really well, slides in with the left foot, wins it really cleanly. You just see a bit of trickery and technique here to lift it up over the oncoming player.
Ladd. It's been a brutal 2 legs for Wales. With the dream of the playoff final and ultimately a first major tournament still alive, just. Ball over the top from Fishlock. Barton, good first touch. Barton, can she win it? Kaylee Barton, oh, she's hit the post. Holland, this will surely seal it. And she deserves it. No, it's another flag. Oh, I don't believe it. Another disallowed goal.
Simon, I think it was the early run from Kaylee Barton. Kaylee Barton. That's the only thing I can think there.
That's 3 times that Wales have been denied.
Let's have a look. Replay here. Obviously good awareness. We win it back in midfield. Jess Fishlock being really aware of what the options are straight away. I think we've just gone a little bit early. Because it can't be afterwards, can it? No, it can't be afterwards. Nothing to do with that. It's the run. It's the first run from Kaylee.
Well, VAR is in play, but I think it was for that Barton run. I mean, the view we had of it there was a diagonal one, admittedly, but
yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Look, I think as the contact's made, she's probably, it's inches, isn't it? Just the body movement.
That looks onside to me, Jane.
Okay, Simon, I'm going to go with you. I am going to go with you, but now tell the referee to go and have a look at the screen. She ain't going to do it.
And there's no referral.
I'd love her to right now, but she's not going to do it. Look, we see it at an angle, so they're going to be a lot closer and in the right positions. Unfortunately, we'd love them to give give that goal for us. What's that, the third goal tonight?
Third goal disallowed due to offside, and it was mightily tight. And we've been told that there is no VAR referral. Well, Hannah Kane was saying to the referee, what about VAR? And the referee has got her finger to her ear.
Oh, she heard you, Simon. To be fair, they should go to it because it's there. Let's use it. We're unsure, let's use it.
Well, it is being looked at. Goal! Goal! Thank you, VAR.
Simon, I should never have doubted you.
Kerry Holland may have put Wales into the playoff final. The Slovakia players are livid. They have surrounded the referee, but quite frankly, who cares? It is the goal that Wales have craved, and it goes to Kerry Holland, and I tell you what, she deserves it.
I agree, totally agree. When we speak in first half about players and how well they've done, actually second half as well, you think of the amount of opportunities we've said, and Kerry Holland has delivered, and Kerry Holland has gone past people. She's had a great game, and look, I shouldn't have doubted you, Simon.
It was close, but Kayleigh Barton was judged onside, and therefore Holland's goal stands. And that could be enough for Wales to go through to the playoff final. Things are never straightforward when it comes to Wales, and Jane Ludlow knows that more than anyone.
Oh, I'd love to put a heart rate monitor on the bench down there right now. Well, we got 5 minutes left. I would be amazed if Slovakia create chances right now, because we haven't seen it for the rest of this game, apart from maybe 1 or 2 chances they managed to create through the whole game.
Wojciechova. Well, it's all changed for Slovakia now. Well, they surrounded the referee. You can't blame them. They have battled as hard as Wales have, but I think Wales have shown more quality. And if anyone deserved that goal, I think it's probably fair to say that Kerry Holland did.
To be fair to all the players tonight in the red shirt, they've put a shift in. They've worked extremely hard. There's been times in this game where they've completely outplayed their opponent. They just haven't had their just rewards for it. So look, they've left it late for everybody, haven't they? The last 5 minutes of the game. But let's hope they can hold out now.
It hasn't been straightforward, has it? For quite some evening here at the Cardiff City Stadium. And Olivia Clark will take this free kick. And of course, with the minutes ticking away now, it's about protecting this hard-earned lead now, Jane.
Yeah, it's about defending well and doing things simply right now.
Barton, Kane. It'd be nice if Wales could get another just for that, to make absolutely doubly sure. I don't think Kerry Holland will be in any hurry to take this throw in. Rhea Wilkinson, who saw the reaction when that decision went her way, means so much, this. Anywhere will do for Wales now. McAteer working hard, sliding tackle, Horvatova. And there are blue shirts aplenty. Fabova. Wales have got to be careful here. Roberts. Throw in, right by that corner flag. No need for any risks now.
I'm looking to see if the goalkeeper's going to go and join them. Not yet.
Well, if it's a corner kick or a free kick, you can bet your bottom dollar that that will be the case. Blue shirts have piled into that penalty area now. Josie Green. keeping it at bay. McAteer just can't stop it from going out for a throw. Throw in towards Panikova. Helping out her teammates. Here comes the tense stuff, but the control from Bartikova wasn't great. And Kerry Holland, who's had an inspired performance at this late stage, is heading for the corner flag, and you can hardly blame her. Wants the free kick and gets it.
It's a good decision. Oh, she's giving it the other way.
The referee had indicated with her body language, but time is running out. Wales so close now. Clark comes out, and that will do. Goal kick. It has been a breathless night. What must Rhian Wilkinson have been going through? And indeed Sophie Ingle, who absolutely hates to watch on the sidelines, I'm sure. Player so important to Wales and thought so much of. The type of character that Sophie is, will be absolutely delighted for the team out there that they could be heading for a playoff final. 2 minutes of added time to go. Up towards Kerry Holland. Another important flick on from Holland.
Just thinking where the 2 minutes have come from, but it's probably the VAR call, isn't it?
Well, it took a while, and it wasn't initially referred. That was the message that we were hearing in our headsets, and then the referral was made, and thankfully the decision was made. Throw in to be taken by Bartikova. The need for full concentration is paramount now. McAteer barged off the ball, Fishlock there to collect. Brilliant. Is there still time for Fishlock inspiration? McAteer. Barton in the middle, still McAteer. She's caught in two minds, keeper all over the place, Kane. Back to McAteer, who may well head for the corner flag here. And Horvath over, hacking down McAteer, but not penalised, but that would have been some way to finish this tie.
Yeah, disappointed Mary McAteer didn't take that shot on herself, to be fair. She broke really well. It was a good passage of play, wasn't it?
What a dramatic evening it's been. Fishlock. Only Jess Fishlock could try an effort from that sort of range at that sort of time, and it's all eyes on the referee now. It's over. Wales are through. It wasn't straightforward by any means, but Wales have come from behind to reach the playoff final. It's been a breathless evening. Fishlock, VAR, disallowed goals. It had it all. But it's Wales who are a step closer to the dream of Euro 2025. It means so much, Jane.
We made hard work of this playoff, haven't we? But look, on to, is it Republic of Ireland? Next game? Look, it's one for us all to look forward to, because we've got there. In playoffs, you just need to get past that opposition and move on to the next one.
And it is Kerry Holland who has been nominated the player of the match, and it's her goal that has seen Wales win this tie, and it means so much. As the national anthem plays, it has finished here in Cardiff. Wales 2-0 winners on the night. They go through to the final 3-2 on aggregate.
Job done. What an atmosphere here at the Cardiff City Stadium. The anthem is being sung. Nia, you're nearly in tears, I think.
I am emotional, honestly I am. Just listen to it.
Yeah, you've got to just listen to it. It is phenomenal, and this is what it means for the fans and the players as well. Katie, it's a very special evening. It wasn't easy, but Wales are there in that playoff final.
We're one step closer to becoming part of Europe's elite. We're on the brink of history, and I think we've seen remarkable growth of this team, of Welsh women's football. We've been a part of it, and to see where we are now, it is emotional because we know how many barriers we've had to break down to get to this position, all the work that's gone behind the scenes, and yeah, just feeling really proud.
And Elise, you are part of this squad. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm so relieved. It's so much harder watching than it is playing. I'm looking out on the girls now, and as much as I love being stood here with you guys, I was kind of tempted to run on and celebrate with them, but I thought I'd stay professional and stand
We will let you go in a few moments, or we can get some girls to come and join us as well. God bless VAR. Yes, wow. Elise, we had to wait a long time, didn't we? But we got there in the end.
Yeah, we obviously had a few calls in the second half which were correct, but this one wasn't correct, and I'm glad Hannah, I think it was, went over to the official and said, "Are you going to check?" So we'll probably give the assist to Hannah actually.
She'd love that, yeah.
For reminding the referee to check VAR.
Nia was one step ahead. You had the replay on your phone and you were telling us, no, she's on.
Bit of a lag with the internet in the stadium, got to say, but yeah, as soon as I saw it, looked down at my phone, I thought it looks really, really marginal. Kaylee Green actually, she won't mind me saying this, for once times her run to perfection, and it's just Fishlock in the heart of it again. Bit of vision, space over the top. Jane Ludlow had mentioned it all game, if somebody could just get on the ball and hit that space, and wow, when the goal went in, it was just about survival then. But what I love about it is this story. They spoke about identity before the match, and the whole culture of this group is based on women in Wales who love football, not giving up. Not giving up when you don't get training when you need training, not giving up when you don't get the right kit, not giving up when nobody's watching your matches. Across two legs, this group of girls did not give up. It took them 120 minutes, missed chances, frustrating decisions, offsides. They did not give up, and they've got their due reward.
And we've just seen Laura McAllister, one of the trailblazers of women's football, in the stand. We have mentioned throughout this campaign, it is for everybody who has fought this fight for women's football.
Yeah, there's all the players, you know, in the past, my generation, Nia's generation, this generation, the next generation. If we get over the line in these next two games, we could see unprecedented growth for football and really raise the profile of women's football in Wales, and it would be a remarkable achievement to have done that.
I know Elise wants to be diving with the players.
Right, it's not in her knee programme, because she ran up and down the stands when they scored as well. Her physio's going to be having kittens at Palace.
We are now 2 games away, because we will be facing the Republic of Ireland in that playoff final. 2 legs. The first one will be here at the Cardiff City Stadium in a month's time, and then Wales will travel to the Aviva Stadium in Dublin for that second leg of that playoff final. This is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, what a headline game. Obviously, we've played Republic of Ireland many times. We played them earlier on in the year, and we got through the test tonight, which we made hard for ourselves. But what a game that is, what a fixture. I'm really looking forward to welcoming them to Cardiff.
Yeah, we have all the whole nation still in the mix. Just to clarify, 14 teams still there. 7 will make it to Switzerland. We hope that Wales will be one of those 7. Republic of Ireland, they beat them already this year. They will be confident going into that fixture.
Yeah, we know they're going to be a really tough opponent. They've done well in their qualifying campaign as well. We've played them not so long ago, so we know that we can beat them. The preparation goes in now, and I'm sure Rhiannon Wilkinson, she's not going to be celebrating. She's already going to be thinking full steam ahead for this next fixture. It's a massive, massive fixture, but we have the quality, we have the belief, we have the great support in our red wall. Bring them on.
Let's get some reaction, I think. Player of the match, Kerry Holland. There she is with Alex.
Kerry, a massive congratulations. Have you just scored the most important goal of your Wales career?
I think I've just scored the most important goal of my career. Amazing. The fans were absolutely incredible. Look, Slovakia made it really difficult for us tonight. They made it really difficult out in Slovakia, and to get the job done and see how much it means to all of the girls, but also how much it means to everybody in this stadium. It's incredible.
Yeah, just how much does it mean to you as a side to get through to that playoff final?
It means the absolute world. Look, it's everybody's dream in this group to make a major tournament for our country, and look, we're on the cusp of it now. But there's still loads of work to do in December, and we'll be ready for that.
It was an agonising wait for VAR for that goal. Did it feel like that out there for you on the pitch? Were you worried at one point?
Yeah, you obviously can see it back on the bench. So we had a little bit of an idea, but look, we have to wait for the referee's decision. And it was a little bit good. We couldn't celebrate with the fans, but massive moment.
Yeah, how much of a boost have those fans been tonight? Over 10,000 of them here in this stadium.
Look, they were incredible. We heard them the whole game, and it was really difficult out there tonight. They made us work really, really hard for it, and to have that home crowd advantage I think that's what's got us over the line in the end. So massive from them.
And just finally, what does it say about the character and the determination in this side to put out that performance that you did there tonight and fight back the way that you did?
Yeah, look, I think we're Welsh people. We're fighters. We wear the dragon, on our heart, and it's about sometimes having a little bit of composure. Look, we never lack fight. I think we weren't ourselves on Friday. We knew that. We've had some tough conversations, and we put it right tonight. And just absolutely thrilled.
Kerry, thanks very much for your time. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we are seeing some lovely shots right now. The players with their friends and families celebrating relief that they are in that playoff final. I have to eat some humble pie here because Nia Jones did say that Wales would do it in extra time, but also Elise did say that Kerry Holland was going to get the winner. So
basically, Katie, what are you bringing to the table?
Let's have a look then at this goal, because VAR, it took its time, didn't it? We were all shouting at it. Kerry Holland, we needed somebody to show a bit of leadership, and she is a leader on that pitch.
Yeah, she absolutely is. She's also suffered an injury just before camp, and it was a bit touch and go with Kerry. We lost her to America for a few years, but we've definitely got her back now, and she's Welsh and she's proud. She's just in the right place at the right time, and I'm not being funny, she runs so much for this team, and for her to follow up play there and get the rebound is everything she deserves, and I think she was class all game.
You're good friends with her as well, so you must be delighted as well to see a good mate of yours, a teammate, doing that for Wales.
Yeah, obviously it could have been any of the girls. If I'm honest, it could have been an own goal. I would have celebrated it the exact same. But to see Kerry get on the end of that, she more than deserves it. She's given everything for Wales the past few years, and look at her face then. She was, if anything, VAR just robbed her of the celebration of her life, I think, which is a bit disappointing for her, but I'm sure she won't care looking back now.
I think she'd have got player of the match regardless of whether she'd have scored that winner, because if you just go back and watch her highlights from today, she was unbelievable in and out of possession. She was asked to play right wing back. In the last match, she was asked to play centre mid. Then she moved over to left wing back. She's so versatile, but I tell you now, for a quality footballer, which she is, she works her socks off. And yeah, it's brilliant to see her there, because you've got to work hard to be in those positions. Like you said, there's no such thing as right place, right time. You've got to know where the ball's going to drop, anticipate it, and have the legs after 120 minutes to get there.
She's just been such a consistent performer throughout this whole campaign. And like you said, she's played in various positions, and the key is she has end product. Whether that's the delivery, whether that's getting on the end of the cross, creating chances for herself, she's such an influential player for this team.
Of course, there is another job to be done in a month's time, but the girls will celebrate this evening, won't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think they put a lot of the right wrongs from and I think they'll celebrate it in a way that it's a relief. They made it very, very hard for themselves, and they'll hope that they just put in the performance from the start in the next camp. But they've got a month now to reflect, to recover, to put in some good performances for club so that they can come back and be ready for the Republic of Ireland.
I think it'll be a really, really hard game. You know, the thought of not having Republic of Ireland at the Euros is crazy, because they had a fantastic World Cup campaign as well, and they can stack out a stadium in Ireland. So I'm telling you now, these girls are entertaining to watch. So for the price of a ticket, I think it's a £5. It's an absolute bargain. So if we can do anything for this generation of girls, it's pack out this stadium when we play Ireland, because we could be witnessing history in front of our very eyes.
Who needs an FAW press officer when you have Nia Jones to sell tickets for you? It's a good point, though. They will need Wales. They will need that red wall, the supporters here in a month's time, because in that first leg, there's no room for error. They can't do what happened a few days ago against Slovakia. They want to be on that front foot going to the Aviva.
Yeah, they need to hit the ground running. We want to make sure that our players are fit. There is a month now before this next game, but they'll have all the preparations in place. So this is the last little stage for us to get over, and we are on the brink of history.
It's unbelievable what a couple of those athletes have done tonight, by the way. Hayley Ladd's barely played a minute for Man United. Jess Fishlock hasn't played for 2 or 3 months. To do what they've just done for 120 minutes is unbelievable.
Do you know what? The Wales manager is coming towards me. Let's see. I'm going to drag Rhian, come here. It's very noisy, so you can hear me. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How are you? You okay?
I have a pounding headache, and I'm thrilled. I got nothing to complain about after that. That was incredible.
Did you think it was going to be one of those nights? Because Wales, they had so many chances. A couple of offside calls. VAR, it didn't look like it was going to have a look at that third goal. Were you thinking, uh-oh, here we go, penalties?
We'd prepared for penalties. We knew that they were going to come out ready to go and give everything they have. I've talked about it before our first game. This is a very good team, Slovakia, and, they're well coached, they're well organized, and they gave everything they had, and my team matched them. I'm a very proud coach tonight.
Kerry Holland got the winner. Jess Fishlock, though, got the first goal. Who was calling the shots now, telling you, look, I want to stay on that pitch for 120 minutes, I want to take a penalty? Was it Jess?
No, Jess is the ultimate team player. I mean, she would have killed me, but she also is clear. This is about a bigger journey than her, and if I had felt like it was the right thing to take Jess off, I would have. I did apologize after the game, but you don't take off Jess Fishlock in a game like that.
No, it was definitely a game for Jess Fishlock and the winners. You now know that you have got the Republic of Ireland in a month's time. First leg here at the Cardiff City Stadium, then away to the Aviva in Dublin. 2 huge matches. You are on the brink of history.
Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do before that, and we know we just got to keep building. And tonight was a phenomenal win, like fantastic. The way they never quit on each other, but we also have to be better, and we do know that. But that builds, momentum builds, and we'll learn so much from such a resilient display tonight.
I'm going to let you go, Rhian. Enjoy this evening. Thank you very much.
Diolch.
Congratulations. There we are, Rhian Wilkinson. Oh, this is lovely. They're having a little hug here in studio. I don't know if you can see Elise and Rhian having. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, Wales, what an evening for them. Final thoughts then, very quickly. We've enjoyed ourselves, we've had a good time, but there is more to be done. Thank you very much, the 3 of you, for your company. Elise, I feel like I want to let you go. Go to the girls. Go on, off you go.
Don't run, though.
Thank you very much at home for your company as well. It's been a very long night, but Wales have got that job done. 2 more games to go. You'll join us in a month's time. No star. Good night.
It's a big night. Only a win will do. That's a nice ball to Fishlock. Just Fishlock! Wales are level in this tie. And who else? It's Fiona Morgan to put Wales ahead. Can't afford to miss those chances. We are heading for extra time. Kayleigh Barton! Oh, she's at the post! Holland! This will surely see